Gonna play Steve Jackson's Sorcery. I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading with this. Alright, we're gonna do this. Male guy. Oh my god, it's loud! So I've played this before, one time, but you can do like multiple paths, so I'm gonna try to take a different path than I originally did, and it should be fine. Okay. You have walked the wilds of Hakabad, say, through Khare and the spiteful backlands all the way into Mampan. You have survived traps, thieves, serpents, and vengeful gods, and now it is here, the crown of kings. It is said the crown was never forged, only found, by Chalana the Reformer, a lowly foot soldier who became emperor of the eastern world. Such is the power of the crown. The air around it crackles with influence. We gotta take it. Your destiny awaits. With the crown in your hands, you will be as powerful as Chalana. The goblins are arming, the giants are waking, and the birdmen carving cruel daggers from stone. War will come, but you will prevent it. But then, the image of the crown begins to flicker. You rushed forwards. It's a trap. And startle yourself awake. You are alone, exhausted, in the little hut in the outpost settlement. Your unimaginable journey is not even a single step begun. Bro, I can't read. Alright, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of reading. And hopefully I don't die and stuff. I don't think I was very good at this game the first time I played it. But yeah, some like fantasy D&D type stuff. Okay. It is sunrise. You dress, breakfast on bread and goat's milk, and collect the pack and sword from beside your bed. So I'm gonna pray, because I think that's very useful in this game. Before you leave, you close your eyes and raise a prayer to your spirit guide. This morning, it has the form of a panther. But what will become once your journey truly begins? A great calm descends on you. Outside the hut, you hear the outpost settlement stirring into life. Yeah, we'll test the blade. You pause to test the blade of the sword against your thumb. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Alright, time then to depart. You lift back the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. Hello, world. Alright, so we're gonna go the outpost settlement. Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk towards the great Shamatansi wall. The frontiers people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. I'll greet them, be nice. Ma'am. You turn to them and bow. Some smile in reply, but are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. You are going beyond the wall, so they believe you to be cursed. A man is waiting on the path to the Cantapani Gate, the final doorway between Analand and the wilds of Kakabad. You recognize the sergeant of the Sightmaster Warriors. He holds out his hand. Look how he holding out his hand. Greetings, Sergeant. He touches his forehead with two fingers. You are almost ready, he says. I have for you a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. It is all we can spare this time. He holds out a pouch. Take it, take half, or refuse it. I'm sorry, but if it's a gift from the king, I'm gonna take the whole thing. I'm not taking half. I need all I can get for this trek we're gonna do. You accept the gift graciously. Thank you. You should buy some supplies before you pass the wall, the sergeant says, and you must collect your spellbook if you wish magic to aid you. Finally, should you wish to practice your swordplay, I will go one last round with you. And he points with his staff towards the training ground. Alright, I think I'm gonna skip that because I'm pretty sure I remember how to fight in the game. But I'm gonna go get this stuff. So first I got my spellbook. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from its doorway. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells will be available to you in the different locations in the hills and beyond. Of course I need the book. That's like the main point of the game. You lift the flap and go inside. The mage looks up at you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your hands. Do you understand how to use this? He asks. I do. I remember how to use it. Even though I played a while ago, I still remember how to use it, so I'm not gonna do the tutorial. But basically, you have to spell out a three-letter word, and then it does a different effect based on what, like, the name of the spell is that you spelled out. Spell the spell. Uh, yes, the mage nods. Good. He scratches absently at his ear. Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that don't will not work without a focus, an item of some kind. You will need to read the book to know what. Yeah, I remember. We can see it here. There is so many different spells. I don't think we get to use that many in the first part, though, part one, but it's okay. We're gonna go buy rations now. Small traders in the settlement supply the Sightmaster warriors with weapons, armor, food, and clothing. You go over with the sergeant to a stall selling flatbreads and cheese. 2 gold pieces per ration, the owner says. Alright, I think I'm gonna buy 2 rations. Because... yeah, it'll get me to an even 20. You hand over your coins, and the man places 2 rations carefully into your pack. You must be sure to eat every day or you will suffer, the sergeant tells you, standing at your side. Eating more will give you extra strength, but is not necessary. Check the content. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Bro gave me Cheesecake Factory bread and soggy apple. Alright. That is not 20 gold pieces, right? Sword. And Cheesecake Factory bread. Alright. Oh, do I have to go training with the guy? I thought I could just go like straight here. Alright, I guess we have to train with the guy. You walk with the sergeant to the training ground, and he wraps the base of his staff in leather. Oh, he don't want to hurt me, that's why. To begin, the sergeant says, we will practice the stances. First, defend yourself against me. Alright. This was so confusing the first time I played because I was like, I can't drag him to the left, but it's because he's already fully left. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna defend. The Sightmaster is a powerful enemy. By defending, you will receive the minimum damage from any attack he makes. The Sightmaster Sergeant makes a light attack, saving his energy against your defense. I will now defend myself, he says. Whatever attack you play will damage me, but a strong attack will use up more power. You should choose a weak attack. Alright, I'm gonna choose a weak attack. I'm gonna barely do 0.2. I'm gonna jab him. Yeah, no matter what, it would have done only 1 damage since he fully defended. So even if I use the max power, it would have only been 1 damage, so... and it would have just wasted my strength, so... yeah. You swing with a weak attack, rushing for the Sightmaster who is defending. Good choice. A stronger attack would have wasted more of your power. Okay, it explained it. My next attack will be weak, he declares. You'll be able to overpower me by playing a stronger attack, but be sure your attack is stronger. So yeah. I'm gonna do, like... 6.7. Oh shit. Okay, he went really weak, so it was kind of a waste of power on my... I didn't think he was gonna go that weak. You play a strong attack, overpowering the Sightmaster again, who tries a low, careful attack. Overpowering a weak attack is easy, so you should aim to use as little power as whoa, what am I reading? As possible. The enemy's stamina is at the top. If this reaches 0, you've won the fight. My next attack will be one of my strongest, he declares. If you can perform a full attack, you may overpower me, but otherwise, you had best defend yourself. Alright, I think he's gonna use like a really strong one. So I'm gonna defend. Yeah, I did not have enough to even overpower that, so I'm glad I defended. You defend yourself. The Sightmaster Sergeant attempts a strong attack, but you receive only a small amount of damage. He will be weaker now, so his next attack will be lower. My next attack will be of medium strength, he declares. You'll be able to overpower me if you wish to try. Alright, I think 6-7 again is gonna be able to overpower whatever energy he has left. Okay, W. You choose a powerful attack, overpowering the Sightmaster Sergeant. He bows. You have finished me. Excellent. 2 stamina lost. I don't think I could lose any less. I need to drink water. I've barely started playing and reading, and I'm already needing water. You choose a powerful attack, overpowering the... I already said that. You seem to remember the basics, the sergeant says breathlessly. Good. Another round? No, I've got enough training. You shake your head. Very good, the sergeant agrees. But if you wish a bout in earnest, then I warn you, I will not go easy on you. He indicates the wider yard where there's space for a true match. So, I'm gonna go to the main game already. I remember how to play. You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. Hello? The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders, he tells you, but you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the Dop spell to be crafted, and he stands back. Okay, we're gonna cast our first spell, Dop. Alright, we gotta spell it out. So D-O-P. This spell, it says opens, locks, and doors, but it uses one stamina, so. I'm a gorilla now. Alright. Dop! You weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to creak and groan. The hinges turn with a noise like hail on a canvas roof. These gates have not opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. I wish you more luck than he. Perhaps you will even meet him on your travels. My gosh, the last Ashen one. I fear he is dead. If I overtake him, then he is too slow. That does not concern me. Um, you know what? It doesn't matter to me. The sergeant nods. Very well. Okay, maybe that was a little bit rude. Maybe I didn't have to be rude. Alright, let's enter. Together you step into the shadow of the wall. One last word, he declares. When you have the crown, find the highest point you can find. We will be watching. I understand. I will not wish you a safe journey to Khare, for the way ahead will not be safe, the sergeant murmurs as he peers into the distance through the open gate. The Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. You cannot help but wonder how far he can see. Oh. Telescopic vision? Scopic? Tell me what lies ahead. This path leads first to Cantapani, a settlement of traders. Through most are rogue. Oh, I cannot read. Though most are rogues and thieves, you should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Kristatanti, but no single route is safe. Kakabad is a land of devils. And beyond Khare? I cannot see so far, he says, but once you have crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the backlands. They say that day and night there are controlled by forces other than the sun, and from Khare too your progress will be watched. It is time to go. Striding away, you pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal their hopes that rest on you and your quest. Folk Valley. The early morning air is crisp and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Into Kakbad. Migrate to the Kyak. The path winds through slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted and the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. There is a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. Stupid creatures. They pose no threat, so you ignore them. Wait, did I always only have 10 stamina? Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamatanti hills are infested with the pestilence of the backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. Oh no, I think I just lost that. I never noticed that. Yeah, I'm gonna cover my mouth. Just sting. You cover your mouth with your neck scarf, but it does no good. They warned you of this. You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are out here, but for the moment you must be very careful. Your maximum stamina has just decreased. You can see your stamina. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Damn, they're already nerfing me. I was too powerful. So we can either go to the cross country or a low rise. Cross country. Oh, stupid crow. So either up the mountain or just like down the path. I think I'll just go down the path. Why would I go like off the path? There's a little town right here. Cantapani. Another hour passes and you crest a small hillock, from the top of which you can see the path continuing downwards into a small settlement of huts. This must be Cantapani. Let's look at the village. From this distance, it's hard to make out much about the town, except that it must be desperately poor. The fields on either side are brown with caked mud, and the few pent animals are thin and wizened like thirsty vines. Wizened? No wonder the Sightmaster warriors don't trouble themselves to protect this place. There is nothing here to protect. Should we avoid the village or go into it? Well, it said that there's nothing to offer, so I think I'll just go around because what if I just get mugged? Steal my gold. I don't want to get mugged. Perhaps it is the way the sergeant described the town, or perhaps it is simply a feeling in your gut. Either way, you leave the path and head off through the scrub, walking perhaps a mile or so out of your way to avoid the town. From the top of the rise, you get a good view of the land ahead, across the Simsosa River. I was gonna say Samosa. Yeah, let's look. The river cuts a slash across the land, protecting Cantapani from the dangers of the far bank. There is another village of rough huts on that side, and even from here you can see the sharp poles that spike from the earth between the buildings, a common sight in villages of headhunters. It is a place best avoided if you value your neck. Looking east, there is a glimmer of blue, the sea. Below the shorelines are the caves of Dadule, a place they say is haunted by spirits. Oh shit. Keep walking or investigate the caves? Ooh, I kind of want to investigate the caves. I think I'm gonna get killed like before I even get out of reach of the gates. But I want to see what happens with the ghosts or the spirits or whatever. Let's see. The cliffs of the Kakbad Sea are too intriguing. You have never before left Anal Land, Analand, and now the draw of this legendary spot is too strong. They say the first wizards grew from cracks in the rocks of these caves and were tugged out by salamanders. They say the tunnels move as the moon moves. They say the wind plays a song as it blows past the entrances, and that this song will make anyone fall in love with you if you sing it. They do be saying a lot. But let's see. If even a fraction is true, it's all nonsense, of course. Well, I mean, that is obviously nonsense. It is all nonsense, of course, but the tales have a draw on you all the same. You set off across the foothills and quickly reach the edge of the cliff. Below, sea spray pounds the beach. Hundreds of feet down, the view into the distance goes on forever and a day. Look out across the sea or look for a way down. Let's look out across the sea. Wind whips at your tunic and pulls at your hair as you stand on the very lip of the cliff and look at. I thought. Oh, it does say lip. Okay. And look out across the endless ocean. This is the Far East, and they say the sea runs to the edge of the world and then runs away like beer brimming over the lip of a tankard. They say the pull of that flow is like an endless tide that carries men's hearts and eyes with wistful desire. Each of us would fly east if we could. Okay. It's very poetic. Oh, when did I change to a fox? Should I look for a way down or just go back? You know what? We'll look for a way down. We'll take an adventure. But there are no cave mouths up here on the cliff top. You look about for an entrance and see nothing except by the very edge of the cliff, a shadow lip of scree, and beside it, a rock covered in strange markings. A flock of gulls spins in the sky above you, screaming and calling. Examine the marked rock, look over the lip, go back. I feel like if I look over. Oh wait, let me see. Where was the thing? By the very edge of the cliff, there's a rock. I'm scared I'm gonna fall, like off the ledge if I look at the rock. But also, I'm gonna fall if I just look over the. I'll examine the rock. You squat down to clear moss away from the marked rock. It is inscribed with a riddle. This is the way that the sorcerer went, and this is the place called the wizard's descent. Forward he stepped to prove what he meant, then he fell, then he floated, and so did not repent. What that mean? A gust of wind threatens to pull you over the cliff edge. Shart. Step over the lip, look about for clues, look over the lip. Let's look around for clues. You cast about, feeling at the earth, looking for a hidden ring, or a lever, or a rope, but there is nothing. Nothing but the lip of the cliff. Okay, hold on. Is there something I think there's a spell for like clues, no? Alright. Well, no. Nothing but the lip of the cliff. Let's look over it. Oh, my cat is here to say hi. Alright, you peer cautiously over the lip. A few loose rocks scatter beneath your feet and tumble, falling for 4 or 5 seconds before they hit a grassy ledge far below. You step back quickly in case you must in case you might in case you might slip. Ow! Why are you scratching me? You step back quickly in case you might slip. This place seems suddenly very quiet. The waves breaking are so far below that they sound like the world breathing in its sleep. Look at my cat. This is my cat. This is my cat bone. She's purring like crazy. Okay, wait, not on my desk. Oh my god. Alright. She's gonna be walking here. She's kinda in the way. Um Alright, I read this already. Alright, we're gonna step over it. Well then, you set off looking for an adventure, and here one is. The Wizard's Descent. Will you take it? Oh god. Yeah, we'll take it. Murmuring a quick prayer to the fox, your spirit, you close your eyes and step forward. Alright, Bones, you're gonna have to go. Once, twice, and then your heels slip. And then you are falling. Alright. Good thing I reviewed the book, because now I think we're gonna have to cast a spell. We're gonna have to cast Fall, so that I don't die immediately. Oh my god, I can't. Create a force field. Oh no. Summon darkness? None of these help me. What the hell, man? Why can't I cast Fall? Zen. Hover in air. I don't have a dual studded medallion. That would have been perfect though. What else can I do? Wall? Okay, invisible wall is not gonna help me. Alright, I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead immediately. Alright, let's just, okay. Should I pray? I'm gonna wait. Oh, did I die? Okay. We're gonna have to rewind. Okay, it's put me all the way back here. Alright, let me skip through it. Alright, so we're right here. I don't think there's anything I can do though. Alright, what if I pray this time? Okay. It's the exact same thing. Well then, is there anything I can do? I don't think there's anything I can do. I guess I'm just gonna turn back then. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna continue to my quest. How am I supposed to get down there if I don't have any of the things like that? Alright, I guess we're gonna have to go back this way. We cannot go to Dadule, unfortunately. So we're gonna return to the foothills. Coming down a low rise, you hear voices ahead and the crackle of fire. Let's wait and listen. It could be dangerous. You crouch down into the low grass and listen. There are two voices, gruff and crude. I hear it's today or the next day, says one. They've given him 50 gold pieces, I hear. Easy pickings, the other replies. Two of us and only one of him, enough to buy a boat. Oh shit. Talking about me? Talking about me? Keep listening. Oh shit. You listen a moment longer, and we'll have plenty to eat, the other says. Both men laugh. There is a rustling. The men are getting to their feet. They are coming this way. Okay. Leap to my feet or stay hidden. Okay, if I leap to my feet, it's gonna immediately probably start a fight. And I kinda wanna like save my stamina for as long as I can. So I'm gonna stay hidden. They're probably gonna find me. You stay low. There is a tense moment as the two bandits walk within arm's length of you. But they are too busy laughing at their joke, and they do not notice you, crouched low by the rocky outcrop of their camp. Soon they are gone, downhill towards the path from Cantapani. You get back to your feet and brush yourself down. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, I think they would have definitely killed me. So I can move on or investigate their campsite. I'm scared that if I investigate, they're just gonna come back and then fight me. But they could also have, like, useful stuff. But also, they didn't have anything. They were gonna rob me. We'll investigate it either way. Taking the opportunity, you go around their campsite. The fire has been kicked out, but they have left a billy can behind containing a few warm beans. Is that beans? Are we sure? We'll eat them. Wolfishly, you bolt the beans. They are thick and foul tasting, but the meal feels good in your belly. Then you hurry on and make your way back down the path a little way beyond where the bandits are standing. About half an hour later, you reach the start of the climb into the hills proper and continue upwards. Alright, I ate some beans. Let's go. I didn't have to eat my dinner. Alright, we climb into the hills. I feel like we went back really close to the village that we were trying to avoid. Leaving Cantapani behind marks the true start of the wilderness. Beyond that tiny outpost, there are scattered homesteads and Khare, a thriving city port, but all are touched by cruelty, isolation, and fear. The backlands and the long shadow cast by Mampang Fortress darken everything. Mampang Fortress. And with the crown gone, no time. Okay, and with the crown gone, things can only grow worse. In the long years since Shalana, the reformer, founded the alliance, the crown has been passed from kingdom to kingdom every 4 years, ensuring each one has its turn. What is my cat doing? Bones, don't scratch that. Ensuring each one has its turn to lead, but no more. Ruddlestone, Lendelland, Galanteria, and Bryce have all enjoyed its power, but not Analand. But when the crown came to Analand, it was stolen by birdmen from Zaman and carried off to Mampang. With the crown, the Archmage will be unstoppably powerful. There is no chance of sending an army against him. A military force would not survive the journey. So here you are, a lone hero, walking the long path to Mampang alone. Mampang. 5 minutes later, you reach a fork in the road. Sergeant, for all his eyesight, hadn't mentioned this. Alright, fork in the road. My cat is going insane down there. The road splits around the base of a gigantic tree, but does not rejoin on the other side. The left path winds into a valley, and the right rises up a slope towards the. Oh my god, I cannot read. Towards the first thick forest of the hills. Okay, I'm gonna choose a path. Let me look at the map. So either this way, towards the mines, and then we'll probably have to. I don't know, this seems dangerous, but maybe the mines will get us gold or something. We'll have to cross this bridge, then we'll get to Kristatanti. Or we go left here. There's this little village, or maybe we'll go this way to this village. I don't know, we'll end up at Kristatanti either way. But I kind of want to go to the mines, so let's go. What is this, right? Let's take a look first, though. We're gonna look right. It's hard to see much further uphill. The forest is sudden and thick, and the path narrow. It may be hard going in that direction, but the hills will involve a lot of climbing eventually, and you may get a decent view of the next leg from the top of the ridge. Let's look left. You pause to consider the lower route. There is a river there, and the path follows the left bank. It is a safer route, secluded and protected, but the curve of the landscape would mean you are almost backtracking, and you are about to make your choice when you hear a faint cry from somewhere close at hand. Let's look around. Then you look around, then finally up in the branches of the tree, a pair of wizened, calloused feet are dangling down over your head, about to drop on you, perhaps? Uh, who's there? Oh my god. Who's there, you call? The voice cries again, a little more boldly this time. Up here! Help! Help! I can't get down! It is the voice of a feeble, wiry old man. Stepping back a little, you can see him clearly, as thin as sticks and dressed in dirt rags. Barely, I guess. Dude, this is not a human, this is a monkey. Help him down. What are you hiding from? Or leave him, he's worthless. What are you hiding from? How the old man got up the tree is a puzzle. He must have been escaping someone fearsome to climb so high. What are you hiding from? You cry. Damned Elvins, he replies. I were traveling from Dumpus to the outpost settlement in Analand, but I were waylaid by Elvins. Robbed me blind, all but took my eyes, and left me up the tree. I keep getting older, you see, we all do, but some worse than others. Climbed up, but now I'm too old to get down. He's been up here for years. Help him out of the tree, climb up towards him. Let's help him out. Swinging yourself onto the lowest branch of the tree, you reach up and grab the old man by the waist. He is as light as a leaf, and within a moment you have lifted him to the ground. I am a hero. Thanks, Rat. Brat, he remarks, brushing himself down and almost knocking himself over in the process. I was just starting to get a bit, perturbed. Is that how you say that? But I'm on the safe now. He seems remarkably confident, considering that the slightest stumble might break him into bits. What will you do now? What do I get in return? Leave him and move on. What will you do now? Keep going for Analan, he says. That's where I set off from. A while back now. You wouldn't believe the story if I told you. Suffice to say, though, if I know my eyes from my eyes, you're heading out to Mampang, and you'd better be smarter than I was, Anir. Arr? Arr? He presses a page into your hand. It is a page torn from a spellbook. This might be of some use to you. I found this, just found it, mind, and don't go asking how. But it's no more. But it's no good to me anymore. Let's look at it. You look over the page suspiciously. It seems to be half of a spell, CA. That might have been used for pest repulsion, but it is unworkable in its current state. You know what? It might come in handy later, so we'll take it. You take the page and thank him. The man falls quiet and squats down on the ground. With his jabbering done, you hear a buzzing sound from high up in the tree, a beehive. Why would I climb up and investigate that? Yeah, I'm not gonna investigate. Well, is there something that needs like honeycomb or something? I feel like there is. Maybe I can get honeycomb somehow. Or honey. Oh, beeswax. Will you become a razor sharp and double its damage? Oh, that might be good. You know what? I'm gonna go for the beeswax. But I hope I don't. I might like get really hurt in the process, but let's go for it. Leaving the old man sighing with gratitude on the ground, you climb up through the branches of the tall tree. Oh. Okay, I really hope I don't die. The beehive hangs like a ripe fruit from the highest branch. A huge number of bees dance in and out in a swarm. Oh. Wait, I think there's a spell we can use to, like, control the bees, right? Or I could just get, like, a force field. Okay, fought for long. Let's see. Let's use magic. Off or law? Maybe let's go for law first. Okay, we got L. We got A. Oh my god, we can do law. They have 3 stamina, but I think we'll be able to take this stuff. You cast a spell, concentrating on the swarm that surrounds the beehive. You feel your mind taking control of theirs, several hundred small consciousnesses falling under your will. You lead them like a general directing an army away from the hive, allowing you to clamber up and relieve them of a succulent honeycomb and a nice ball of beeswax. Let's go. That's a nice trick, the old man remarks. You stash your find in your pack. The light is fading. It's time to move on. Oh, the man cries suddenly. Do you want to hear me riddle? What? I heard it from the Elvins. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna. Oh, but the bee's gonna start attacking me. Okay, no. You gesture with the hand for him to speak. See him, see him though he sees you not, a stinging beast in a box not left. To guard a key is in his lot, to a jail a witch of luck bereft. You thank him, you nod once, then turn your attention to the path. You see him though he sees you not, you see him though he sees you not, a stinging beast in a box not left. To guard a key in it is his lot. Okay, I don't know what that means yet. Okay, we're gonna continue through the forest, which we were originally gonna do, to get to the mines. I'm back. I took a break, but alright, I forget where I left off. So I'm starting again. The high route seems the most secure. In a valley, you can be easily observed from above and led astray, but out in the hills you can go whichever way you choose. Of course, when night falls, it may be cold and exposed up on the slopes, but no matter, this journey was never destined to be easy. You begin the climb, letting the old man's jabbering fade away quickly. Uh, the path winds upwards into the hills and into the cover of a wood. The afternoon sun glints through the trees and plays tricks on your eyes. Every so often you catch a glimpse of some strange shaped animal or an oh my god, some strange shaped animal or other watching you, only to find that it is the silhouette of branches and leaves caught at an odd angle. After an hour's walk, you are starting to feel very slightly hungry, but you might be wise to save your provisions. Okay, I'm gonna eat because I'm already 3 stamina lower, and I think that if I don't eat for the night, it's gonna drop even more, so I'm gonna stop and eat. It only brought me up one? What? Wait, how come I had 3 provisions? What? Did the like beeswax count or something? I hope not. Okay. You clamber to the top of a sorry. You clamber to the top of a low stone dolmen, then sit and pull out the sugary honeycomb. Oh, it says it right there. And eat while admiring the view down the hillside through a break in the trees. You feel better for your rest. Okay, it's not the honeycomb that I needed for the magic, right? Okay, yeah, it was the beeswax. Oh wait, I can examine this page. Oh, yeah. CA. Maybe the spellbook says or has something that starts with CA, and then I can figure out what it is. Sap, God, Kin, Pep, Nip, Huff, Fix, Nap. Okay, I don't see anything that starts with CA. Okay. Time to move on. You stand and put on your pack on which You stand and put on your pack, on which you have been sitting to prevent any creatures getting in or any of your things falling out. Then you return to the path. The climb continues, with the path twisting this way and that. The air grows cold and the sun flickers on the horizon, then sets, making it hard to see your way. But the moon is full, and when twilight is done, it will be bright once more. Keep walking or make camp. I already forgot what it said. I feel like it's dangerous to walk at night through the woods. Um, I'm gonna make camp so I can hopefully rest and make this go up more. But to tire yourself out on the first day would be inauspicious. You settle down to make a camp for the night in a natural shelter provided by the roots of 3 gigantic intertwined trees. Your backpack will serve for a pillow and your cloak for a blanket. Before setting to sleep, you check through your pack. You have 2 rations left. Well, I just ate, right? I'm just gonna sleep. Uh-oh. You lay yourself on the ground and you are quickly asleep. The moon is full and high in the sky when you next open your eyes. You feel warm and more cozy than you did before, as if wrapped in a gigantic blanket. There is a pain in your leg. Slowly you realize what is happening. A giant bat has settled on your chest and is feeding on your leg. Um, what? This looks huge. How did I not hear or feel that before? It started sucking on me. Well, I'm gonna kill it. Oh, 5 stamina. You draw your sword slowly and carefully, hoping not to disturb the creature before you can run it through. But no such luck. It leaps back in alarm. It's kind of big. Alright, so I'm gonna... You know what? It can't even go that much, so I'm gonna... Oh yeah. I'm gonna overpower it with the 6. Okay. I just wasted a bunch of energy. Okay. The bat's great wings buffet? At your face, making it hard to see. You swing out wildly, hoping to chop it from the sky as the bat flutters back out of reach. You do no harm. You do not harm the giant bat. What am I doing? Alright, now it's gonna have more power than me, but I'm still gonna cut it. Ooh, that boy almost got 1 shot. Oh, I guess it's 2 shot. Another chance follows. You cleave the air with your sword, catching the bat wide open. The The bat is flying erratically now. The giant bat flutters upwards. I'm gonna defend. Yeah, I don't think I had enough for that. You drop into a crouch. The giant bat screams through the air, but you repel it with your blade. You escape mostly unscathed. It dodges higher. Alright, we can kill it. Let's go! You wait for the creature's wide wings to open and then you strike. Pushing off the tree behind you, you thrust forward. The bat falls to the ground and the light in its eyes goes dark. One stamina lost. You know, not bad. Not bad. The bat dead, you toss it. You toss its carcass back into the woods, and now you truly exhausted. You know what? Never mind. Let's sleep. Oh yes. Once again, the crown fills your dreams. Only now, instead of being hidden away in Mampang Fortress by the Archmage, you see it on the head of the wizened old man in the tree. Anyone can wear the crown, he declares to you. But wearing the crown, you are no longer just anyone. Ooh, bars. And then he points a finger at you that seems to crackle with energy, and you find yourself drawn towards him, commanded to do his bidding. Suddenly, you are surrounded by angry bees. You are walking towards a crack in the ground. It seems sure to swallow you whole. You stumble at its edge, about to fall. Damn. What could it mean? Alright, the next morning. The second day of your journey begins in the morning cool. Still halfway between sleeping and waking, you feel the presence of your spirit, the baboon close nearby. Its form has changed since you left Analand, just as you have changed, but it is still walking beside you. In the temple, they taught you that prayer to your spirit could heal disease, lift curses, even save you from certain death. But the spirits are not generous and decline to help often. You can ask your spirits if you pray. Alright. I think I'm fine right now. You can feel you can feel yourself getting accustomed to the fetid air of these hills. You have now ascended several hundred feet and can expect to make excellent progress before the end of the day. As you crest the brow of a hill, you see something that makes you stop in your tracks. To your left is a clearing, and in the clearing are several poles planted firmly in the ground. And atop each pole is a head. Yeah, let's look at the heads. The heads are of all kinds and ages. Some are recently fixed while others have decayed, and some are nothing but skulls and hair. They are human. There are human heads, goblin heads, and one or two heads of creatures you do not recognize. All have sewn up eyes and mouths. Oh, creepy. All. Oh. A large X painted on a rock nearby is obviously intended as a warning not to venture any further, but ahead the road forks left and right, and you cannot be sure which path you were warned not to take. The right path continues to climb, and the left path winds down the side of the hill. Let's look at the map. We can take the right path to go to the Shanker Mines, or the left path. I think this would like lead the same way this would, so let's go around this way. Let's go to the Shanker Mines, possibly. Let's climb. The climb continues up the next hill for several hours until you are not far from the top. Then the faint sound of bustling activity reaches you. Tramping feet, grunting voices, and clanking of metal against rock. There is something ahead, hidden by the ancient trees that line these slopes. Should we follow the sound? Yeah, let's follow the sound. You leave the path and continue cautiously through the woods. A short distance onwards, you hide behind a tree and survey a clearing. A number of goblins are in the clearing, working at the mouth of an open cave. They trudge in and out of the opening, carrying large bowls in their arms, piled up with glistening rocks and dull metallic nuggets. It's probably gold. Let's watch them. You stay hidden, getting a sense of the scale of the operation. There are at least 30 goblins inside the cave, each coming out every few minutes or so with a new pail of stones. Then there are other goblins working in the clearing with hammers and smashing the rocks into small pieces, extracting metals from inside, loading them into carts, and finally pushing the carts away down a wide track between the trees. It is quite some operation, but not without its weakness. There are too many goblins to create any kind of distraction, but they move away into the trees fairly often, and sometimes the cave is left unguarded. But how can you say that? It says that, like, they're coming in and out, no? Every few minutes. Should we try to slip inside the cave, or leave the mine and return to the path? Ooh, I feel like a goblin myself because I kind of want to get more gold. I'm gonna slip inside the cave. If anything goes wrong, I'm just gonna rewind it to here. You creep closer, moving around the side of the hill, nearer to the entrance to the cave. Then, when all is quiet, you seize your chance and race across the clearing to the mouth of the cave. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna get caught. You pause a moment at the cave, but no one has seen you. Cave mouth. Following the passage cautiously, you move between the cool rock walls of the mine, passing and ignoring ladders that lead down into the clamoring heart of the mine where 100 goblins sing as they work. Eventually, you reach a junction. Oh shit. Well, I was hoping to get some gold or something. Alright, we'll go. Okay, it looks like this. If I go left, it would like lead out these holes or something. So that would get me closer to where I'm trying to go. It's a Khare. And if I go right, will I end up at Dadule? With the ooh. You know, I'm gonna go left because that's more close to like the direction we're trying to go. Let's go left. Oops. You take the left passage. The passageway continues until you reach a large stone-cut door blocking your way forwards. Try the door handle, go back to the other fork, or leave the cave. Well, I really don't think this is gonna open, but I'm gonna try it. Oh my god. You try the door, it opens. The room beyond is dirty with soot from the mines, so it could almost be a pit filled with night itself, with crystals in the rock for stars. In the far wall, you can just make out another door leading deeper into the mine, but the middle of the room is a table at which is a large filthy goblin is oh my god, I cannot read. But the middle of the room is a table at which a large filthy goblin is sitting. He raises his head as you enter and smell the air. Perhaps he is almost blind from so long underground. Ooh. You smell is stranger, intruder, he challenges. You not permitted here. I'm a friend, draw my sword and see what he says or leave. Okay, I'm a friend. Are you now? I'm not. The goblin rises to its feet. In his hand he holds a large stone club. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. I don't think there's any spells I can cast to help me here. Let me check my book. Um, Zap, Force Field. I'm pretty sure he counts as intelligent, so I can't control him. I could make him clumsy, maybe. Um, let's see what we can cast because it doesn't give me all the letters. What can we do with R? Rat? Oh yeah, let's sharpen the blade. Maybe that one. Or zap. Okay, I don't know about that. Just T, E, tell, read minds. Okay, I don't think that would help us right here. Is that all? Oh no. I think I'm gonna have to do Raz. Okay, we're gonna sharpen my blade. Oh, he only has 6. Didn't they say that he was like massive? I thought he would have way more health. Alright, you rub half of your beeswax onto the blade of your sword and raise the spell. The metal begins to glint with a razor blade sharpness. You take on the goblin with glee. The monster lumbers forward. We'll do like a 6.2. Let's go. 4. The goblin beats its club into its open palm and paces towards you. Boldly, you swing your biting sword for his thick neck as he throws his club with full force towards your skull. The goblin staggers suddenly. You have hurt him more than perhaps you thought. He raises his club across his body defensively. Okay, I think he's gonna block, so I'm gonna defend. Okay. Nothing. You drop down, protecting yourself. The goblin watches you stupidly in return. He growls at you. Alright, I'm going full. Ooh, that was kind of close, but it's good. Stealing your courage, you move in, aiming to trap the goblin against the cave wall. Readying a piercing blow, you hurtle forwards. Then the goblin stumbles and you have him. Your sword pierces right through his neck and the club drops to the floor. No stamina lost. I'm goated. With the goblin defeated, there is nothing to stop you moving further on into the mine. Wait, wasn't there like an item, like a goblin tooth or something? Go onwards. I'm gonna search the room. Before you move on, you quickly scour the corners of the dark room in case there is any gold or weapons lying around. You find nothing until you search the goblin himself. He is wearing a silver key on a chain around his neck. You lift it away. Let's go, bruh. Go onwards. The next door will take you deeper into the mine. You can only hope there won't be a rock fall. Why would you say that to me? It's been a few days since I've actually played, so now I'm back and I don't remember really what was happening before I left, but the only option here is to explore further into the mine, so we're gonna do that. It says you open the door onto a pitch black passageway. Cast a spell, grope through the darkness, or give up going this way. Well, this is my only way. I could cast a spell. I think there's one for light. Oh my gosh, that's pretty loud. If I remember correctly. I don't remember. Let me see. I'm just gonna try out what I can make. Oops. How? Oh, find safe passage. That's basically what we're doing, eh? We could also do far. See the future. We don't have what that needs. Or we could do thus. That's to find danger, right? Yeah. Uh, I guess we'll do how. Find safe passage. Yeah, let's do that. That costs one Oh my gosh, it's loud. Okay, that cost one stamina, but hopefully it was a good choice. You throw up the spell and then consider both directions. Inside your mind, you begin to feel quite different as you face the door as when you face. What the hell am I saying? Inside your mind, you begin to feel quite different as you face the door as when you face back into the room. That doesn't make sense to me. The pitch black passage deep into the mine evokes only a hot sweat, but looking back makes you feel calm. So basically, if we keep going forward, that's bad because it evokes hot sweat. But if we go forward, it makes us feel calm. Okay, we'll go back. We'll go back. That might be like instant death if we keep going that way. Um, Enough of this mine. Your mission lies over ground, not under it. You head back down the passageway to the fork. Okay, so I guess we have to go left. Oh man, I kind of wanted to go into this thing, but okay. I think we're just gonna die if we do so. We'll go to the left. You creep back out from the cave and avoid being noticed. Leaving the mine behind, you continue along a path with tall trees either side. By a birch. You follow a path that leads sharply downhill into a narrow valley in which a stream runs. There's no path along the bank, but there is a bridge. Yeah, let's inspect the ropes first, because we might just die if we step on it. You test the ropes. They seem to be firm. If this is a trap, it's not one that will dump you into the stream, but you could always struggle through the vegetation on the bank and try to find a fording point. No, we'll use the bridge. Moving slowly and with one hand on your sword hilt, expecting the boards to give way at any moment, you inch across. The bridge holds and you reach the other bank quite safely. You now have a long walk ahead of you along the ridge and through a light covering of trees. Oh, we're covering a good amount of ground here. Oops. What the heck? Further on. The path climbs up a low hill, covered over with thick bushes and shrubs that snag at your clothing. Halfway up, you hear a sound. Twigs breaking. Okay. Um, let's freeze. Oh god, it's one of those things that tried to eat me before. You freeze as a large creature the size of a bear emerges directly in front of you. It has black and white fur and a long bushy tail and trails out behind. It growls menacingly. So I don't know, it looks kind of cute. Maybe it won't attack us. Prepare to attack or try to edge around it. What do we mean by that? Let's edge. Perhaps if you are careful, you can slip around it. Edge around the left or edge around the right. Maybe if we go around the right, we'll end up into these holes for protection. Or is that where it's coming out of? Let's go around the right. Um, Edge around to the right. Uh-oh. You try to slip towards the bushes, but clearly something about you, or what you carry, attracts the beast's attention, as it sniffs the air and then moves towards you, its sharp teeth on display. You will not be able to avoid a confrontation. The creature is a skunk bear, and when it raises its tail, it releases a nauseating odor. The smell that hangs around is terrible. Oh, is that gonna make me lose stamina immediately? Let's see what we can cast here. Oh, we can cast L. This is probably gonna do law, but I think this is an intelligent creature, so it probably won't work. What about? Okay, we can't cast anything with K. Maybe with N. Is it P? Nap? Causes sleepiness, but I don't have a brass pendulum. We could have probably put it to sleep. Did I try S? Sap. Cause depression. I don't think that's gonna work on the bear, the skunk bear. I don't think it really would not try to eat me if it was depressed. I think we might have to just fight it. Because if law doesn't work, I'm gonna be at 6 stamina and I'll have to fight it with that. I'm just gonna fight it. Oh, okay, it's pretty weak. You draw your sword. You know what, we'll immediately go 6.4. Okay, I just wasted basically all my energy. The creature has two main weapons, its long claws and its terrible smell. Killing it quickly will be your best chance of avoiding losing your last meal. You swing your sword in a mighty arc, but the skunk bear, for all its growling, is afraid of you. It rears up and waits, trying to stay out of reach. It squeaks and snuffles, standing up onto its hind legs. Okay, well, it said it's scared of me, so maybe... Okay. Ooh, that's bad. I might die here. The skunk bear whips out its savage claws, and from somewhere it issues a foul cloud of stinking gas that makes you gag and choke. You almost drop your sword. If you had, it would have meant certain death. Adding insult to injury, the skunk bear turns its back on you and lifts its terrible tail. A gushing smell of fetid sewer covers you. Fetid? How do you say that? Like a cloud, and it's all you can do not to vomit. It beats the air with its tick tail. I think we have more than that. Okay, okay. How come he did 3 damage to me, but I only did 2? You risk an attack. Standing firm, you swing a mighty blow at the skunk bear. Just as it comes for you, you cut its attack down. The skunk bear emits a new terrible odor, the smell of fear, perhaps? It curls its tail tightly around its furry body. I'm gonna defend. Okay. Ah, that still did 2? I thought it was supposed to only do 1. I'm gonna die. You can almost smell the creature growing in rage and duck quickly behind a tree. The skunk bear makes a nasty swipe with its claws, but you duck. You are slightly hurt, and the creature's stench seems to get into the wound and make it worse. You find yourself gasping for breath. The foul smell coming off the beast is the stench of the grave. It rears back, claws raised. Okay, now we're gonna finish it. Oh! Oh my god. The smell is getting worse. Dropping your weight, you chop a mighty stroke against the skunk bear, but it has read your intention and drops in a crouch. It wallops a tree nearby with its tail. Pine needles rain up from above. Rain around from above. Oh god, I think it's gonna do more than that. Okay, it did. Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking die! You sense the creature getting angry and drop quickly into a crouch. The skunk bear whips out with its claws, but you leap aside, but not far enough to avoid the smell that seems to burn your lungs. For a moment, it is close enough that the terrible smell that hovers around it fills your nostrils. You retch, almost staggering. It curls its tail tightly around its furry body. Okay, that means it's gonna defend, but I'm still gonna go all out just in case. Oh, good thing. Rushing forward, you charge at the skunk bear. Then your sword finds a soft place in the skunk bear's body. The beast roars and tumbles to the ground, quite dead. 7 stamina lost. That is very shameful. But I'm not gonna try again. I'm just gonna go. Hopefully I get to eat soon and that'll recover and also sleep. With the creature defeated, you wipe your sword clean and leave this place behind. The path leads down through another valley and back up another hill. 2 hours pass. Oh, I'm gonna get killed in Kristatanti. The sun is now just past its zenith, and everywhere a dusty heat rises from the baked earth. You are worn out, almost to the point of physical collapse. You need food and rest, and no more trouble. Today has been too punishing already. You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. Another night sleeping out in the open would be best avoided, but then you see a small village and set into the hill. Let's look at it first. Smoke rises from the stacks. The houses are well set with stone at their bases and thatched roofs of grasses and thick leaves. There is, unusually, more than just one street running through the center of town. But it is as though this place, once rich, has had its heart scooped away. Litter surrounds the buildings. Litter surrounds the buildings, and on the edge of the village are rows and rows of empty, abandoned houses. You continue your slow trudge along the path. Maybe I can claim one of those. Avoid the village or enter the village. Okay. Okay, no. We're gonna enter it. You walk into the village. Young hill dwellers pass you and stare at your strange clothes. You nod back respectfully. Ma'am, my oh, my bones. Oh my gosh, my cat is here again. Um, okay, you're in the way, Bones. You nod back respectfully. Look at them or ignore them. Let's look at them. Their own attire is rough by comparison to your gear. They wear their hair long but piled up on their heads. These people are ghastly poor. The village is like a ghost town here on the knife edge of the backlands. Oh, this cat. I don't know if you can see her. Can I continue playing my game? Yeah, they're ghastly poor. The village is like a ghost town here at the knife. Okay, I read that. Talk in an ale house or rest at an inn. You know what? I'm very close to death. I think I'm just gonna go to the inn. What does that sound? Is that someone coughing or is that a bird? You stop at a passerby and ask for an inn, and they lead you there directly. The woman who runs the place stands in the doorway with her arms folded. Are you from the king? She demands. Uh, I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like she doesn't like the king, right? That's why her arms are folded. I'm gonna say no. I am a mere traveler. The woman narrows her eyes at you. This is a guest house, the best in Kristatanti. Only guests stay, and any guest of mine knows it costs me 3 gold pieces to host a man overnight, and 2 to feed him. But it's all between friends. I don't think I, I don't think I should risk sleeping outside. So I think I'm just gonna pay. I have 20 pieces of gold either way. I'll feed. That only brought me up 1. I need to eat first. Food is just being served. The woman steps aside and you go inside and sit down. A few minutes later, her husband appears with a steaming pot of skunk bear stew. That is disgusting. As you eat, you can't help but remember the terrible smelling beast dead on the path, and the thought makes you gag. You wolf it down all the same and leave your coins on the table. Do you want a room as well? The woman asks. I think I just got scammed. That was 2 pieces of gold for skunk bear. Yes, I want a room. Okay, we're halfway. Stamina again. 6. Thank you. The woman shows you the way upstairs to a room. There are 3 other guests already staying and asleep, so you settle quickly. The bed is not clean, but it is comfortable, and after the long day, uh, and uh, and after the long day and all its narrow escapes, you are grateful beyond measure for the rest. Oh, 8 out of 14. Let's go. Your dreams are vivid once again. You are walking endlessly, the hills moving up and down under your feet like a rippling sea. Every step exhausts you, but no step moves you forwards. Meanwhile, a tall black creature strides towards you, wreathed in a foul smelling smoke, and in the distance, a deep voice is booming with laughter. The long, cruel fingers of one hand are curled around the metal frame of a crown, with the other, he beckons you forward as if into a trap. Dude, crazy dreams. Beyond Kristatanti. Okay, I got a good amount of stamina back. We'll be okay. Oh, I could have prayed to the monkey also to heal me. My cat is staring at a ghost or something and it's kind of freaking me out. You wake early. and sit for a moment, in no great hurry to leave the village. This is now the third day of your journey, and the muscles in your legs are feeling lean and strong from so much walking. You spend a short while enjoying the peace, then unhurriedly collect your possessions and set off along the path. Kristatanti is surrounded by several miles of fields, and it sits in a well protected ring of hills and is close enough to the river to be reasonably prosperous. As you follow the path between lines of sun-baked crops, you come to a fork in the road. The right way leads past a set of outbuildings, while the left leads directly off into the deep woodland. Um, well, this all kind of loops around. Well, it's gonna loop this way either way. And we're trying to go over here, but I think these ruins seem safer than like dark forest. So I'm gonna go to the ruins. Between the buildings. You glimpse a few people at work by the buildings. There will be precious little company on your journey, so you should take it while you can. Uh, Approaching a low wall, you see a blind beggar sheltering in the shade with his hand held outstretched. He hears you approach and clicks his fingers. Alms, would you? For love of Sindla? Alms? Um, let's look at him. The man is a sorry sight. He is skinny and sparsely clothed, and his eyes are painted with a dark dye to indicate his blindness for all to see. Please, sir, I wouldn't ask if I didn't need to. Used to be a jailer, see? Now I don't, see. Please? What happened? What happened to you? Red eyes, he says. Won't say any more. Oh. I'm sorry for your loss. Give him a coin. Give him food. I have nothing to give. 2 rations. I won't give him my rations because I'm rationing my rations. I have nothing to give. Give him food. Go. Let's say I'm sorry for your loss. Can't eat pity, the man shrugs. Okay. We'll give him a ration. Did I also give him money? Why does this cat only go crazy for me when I'm trying to record? You remove a ration of bread and cheese from your bag and give it to him. The beggar nods. You're kind, stranger. Thank you for that. I'll make it last. And he stuffs the bread into his tunic, where it, it looks like some awful growth. What does that mean? The beggar beams up at you. Look after yourself. It won't last. Look after yourself. Let's be nice. Look after yourself, you say, preparing to walk away. Wait, he calls. 1 moment, please. He begins to scramble around, feeling all over his body as if looking for holes. Eventually cries, "Aha!" and pulls out a copper key which he holds out to you. What is that? What is that? Years ago, I lived in Khare, he explains. Khare was my home, and in the city fort, I watched over prisoners in the jail. Beware the red eyes in Khare, or my fate will befall you, and you'll be here with me, begging for your living. What are red eyes? Thank you for the advice, but what is the key? What are the red eyes? Pray you never find out is his simple reply. Listen to me. Khare is wary of strangers, but this key will help you if you are captured by the red eyes. Trust old me. Oh my gosh, the cat is laying right in front of me now. As the man talks, you step quickly out of the road as an ox cart whips past you, raising dust. It does not stop. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be so important for once we get there. You take the key and put it safely in your pack. Thank you, you say, then move on. You follow the path away from the village for half the morning. The walk is easy. It feels as natural as breathing to have the road move beneath your feet. Hard to believe you trained for this journey so long now that you are on it. You climb a little, tracing the side of a group of trees until you meet a fork in the road. You could continue straight on upwards or turn west a while. Why would we go there? Let's go straight. Oh my gosh, I need to show you. Oh, okay, she's starting to get mad, but I want to show you the cat. Alright, she's playing with this guy. You continue along the path climbing. Your legs feel strong and lean. By the end of this journey, you will be built like a mountain goat. The afternoon progresses long and easy. This place you are walking through seems thick with desolation, as if it was long ago abandoned. And then, as if to confirm your thought, you come across 2 enormous stone pillars, listing slightly either on the road. They form a gate, but the gate is 3 times the height of a man. Look them over, go through, go back, and go the other way. Let's look them over. Peering closely, you make out the faded remains of carved characters. In the old script L and K, the remnant of a spell of fortune perhaps, or of binding for these now fallen stones. Let's go through. There is nothing for it, but you go forwards. But, yeah, that's what it said. Let's go through. You step into the shadow of the enormous gate. The ruins of walls line the path either side, but these are walls built from blocks the size of ox carts. Centuries ago, this must have been a palace of a king 12 feet tall. Now it has been leveled and the stones stolen for the field walls and the foundations of the villages all around. Investigate the ruins you continue. Let's investigate. Maybe we'll find something cool. Or maybe we'll die. You take a moment to clamber out over the ruins and off the path until you are surrounded by waist-high grasses. The ground rises and falls sharply around the outlines of houses and buildings. You trace the lines of a street wide enough to run 3 carts abreast that leads quickly downhill towards the forest. Once this place was rich and plentiful, what happened here to remove every last trace of these colossal people? Follow the street, look inside a house, or go back to the path. Let's look inside a house. You stop by the edge of a house. The side wall only stands as high as your knees. Grass nods above it. Looking inside, you can make out the edges of the fireplace, the back wall, and an adjoining area, perhaps a grain store or a bedroom. Search in the grass, follow the street down. Let's search in the grass. You take a few moments to search through the long grasses and find nothing until your hand closes on a clay pot near one wall. It is the shape of a wine jug, but about 3 times the usual size. Around the neck is a red stain, wine, or maybe blood. It is impossible to tell. The base of the pot has been smashed away, perhaps by age, perhaps by someone unhappy with the contents. You leave the pot behind. Follow the street down or head back to the path. Wait, what do we mean? Okay, we're not going to head back to the path yet, so we'll follow the street down. You follow the line of the street down the slope of the hill. The further you go from the path, the more overgrown the ruins become, until you can barely make out their outlines at all. After a while, you are not following the street at all, but simply holding to the same line. You approach the edge of a thick woodland. Oh, shard. Well, this would lead us to Dumpus. And I guess we're not in like the thick forest, so maybe we'll get to Dumpus either way. Okay, yeah, I guess we're taking a shortcut. This would just lead us around to Dumpus. This is just a shortcut. Yeah, just a shortcut. We're going to Dumpus. There's no clear path here, and the street has disappeared from view. The going into the trees is difficult, but you push your way forward as best as you can, and stop when you come across a large standing stone. Another gate? Look at it. You go over to the stone to examine it more closely. Not a gate, it is an idol. A gigantic stone head carved with deep open eyes and an open mouth. Around the lips is a dark red stain, the same as the pot. Looking left right into the trees, you are startled to see some more stones. More idols with opening mouths leading off in both directions, all face back towards the ruined village as though forming a wall or an approaching army. Something terrible happened here. Look in the idol's mouth? We're gonna get our finger chopped off. Stealing your courage, you slide your hand. What? Why are we sliding our hands in? I thought we were looking in, not feeling in. Stealing your courage, you slide your hand into the mouth of the idol. It is so deep, and you reason something must be concealed in there. And sure enough, your grip closes on something hard but light. Treasure, perhaps? You pull your hand out to see what you're holding. What did I get? Oh no, I lost stamina. Nervously, you open your palm. Teeth. Gigantic teeth. You're holding 3 giant's teeth. Perhaps every idol holds the same, or perhaps the other idol holds kneecaps, arm bones, jaws. You press on. Trees and thorny bushes snag at you as you walk, and eventually, after chopping and hacking your way through, you see a space ahead, a path. You push forward and then stop. Bones, no! She's biting my wires! Don't do that. I wish I could show you my cat. Maybe I can. Alright. That was Bones' cameo. Oh my god, she's biting me now. Ow! Ow! You press on Trees and thorny bushes. Path. You push forward and then stop for breath, grateful to have solid ground to walk on once more. Why is my cat being weird? Oh, what? Bruh, that was kind of like a waste. We didn't find anything there. Well, we have teeth. Is that an item that we need? Let's check the book. Do we need teeth for anything? Maybe later. Maybe later we'll find out. Through the trees. You walk for several hours, following the twists and turns of the path through the trees. Then suddenly you stop. You have heard a noise up ahead. Something is moving around between the rocks at the edge of the path. Let's wait and look. You hang back, watching the trees. There is definitely something moving around. Something large and long with a tail that whips between the trees. But now that you've seen it, you're at a definite advantage. Well, what is it? Large, long, a tail. I don't want to die. I'm gonna creep. Oh no. What? Is it a skunk monkey or whatever again? The beast is off the path to the right, so if you creep through the tree line on the left, you may escape unnoticed. You try this tactic, moving slowly and carefully, making as little noise as possible, placing your feet with delicate care. After a few more yards, you are about to rejoin the path when the movement of the animal stops. It must have heard you, or caught your scent. And sure enough, a moment later, it is upon you. In a flurry of foliage and dirt, a rat bear leaps from the undergrowth. It is much closer to you than you thought. Its sleek black fur allows it to hide in the shadows until it is almost upon you. Okay. I'm gonna die for fight again. I'm gonna try to maybe mind control it if I can. Well, let's see what else we can do. Daws. We could cause slowness and then make it run away. Or stop. Okay, we don't need that right now. So maybe slowness? Or let's see. This is just gonna be law against a... That's 3 stamina though. Let's not do that. Or we could zap it. Nope, that's too expensive. Or we could zip it. Unknown. Do we want to try that right now? No, I'm very curious as to what that does. I'm gonna try it. If it gets me killed, I'm gonna rewind. Zip. Oh, what did that do? You try to bind the enchantment, but you are missing an item that it needs, and so the spell dissipates around you. You have no choice but to fight the beast. A rat bear rears up and uncurls its claws. You bring your sword up to bear. That's a cool looking creature. Okay, I'm not gonna rewind yet. If I die, I'm rewinding. Oh no, it has more health than me, and it has like the same amount of energy. I'm gonna defend. Okay. I forget that we still take damage. The rat bear is startled by your approach, but drops quickly to all fours. You drop quickly behind a tree and raise your sword and ready to defend yourself. At the moment, the rat bear leaps and claws off the ground and ready to plunge into your body. You brace yourself as it comes down. For a moment, it is close enough for you to smell its sewer breath. It rears... Okay. We're gonna do 6.1. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. You risk an attack. Rushing forward, you charge at the rat bear, but it has read your intention and drops into a crouch. It grunts as it pushes you away. It squeaks and snuffles, standing up on its hind legs. We're gonna go again. I'm about to die. The rat bear charges and leaps, and it is on you, teeth and slashing claws and lashing tail. Your own attack is forgotten as you try to regain your balance. You find yourself gasping for breath. The foul smell coming off the beast is the stench of grave. It drops to all fours and lowers its head. Okay, I'm about to kill it. Okay, let's go. 2 damage. I can literally only defend 3 more times. That's if... Yeah. You risk an attack, standing firm. You swing a mighty blow at the rat bear, catching it at a light blow. Its fur is thick with blood and scratches, to which you have added a few of your own. It scurries away from you, low to the mud. That means it's gonna pounce on me. Okay, I don't think I had enough either way. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The rat bear stays low and tries to ram you. It stumbles back, tail whipped in high defense. Ooh, maybe it's gonna defend. Okay. You remain hidden. The rat bear sniffs around you. We're gonna go 6.6. Okay. Alright, we're doing good. 1 more good attack. You risk an attack. Splashing through the mud, you race into the rat bear. just as it comes for you. You cut its attack down. Light plays through the trees, and for a moment, the true extent of the rat bear's injuries is revealed. Afraid of you, it edges back, claws raised. That means it's gonna defend, I think. Okay. Oh my god, we're doing great. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The rat bear paces the clearing. We're going all out. Oh my... That was so close. You know, we're gonna try again. We're not rewinding, we're just trying again. I'm not gonna read all of that this time. I'm gonna defend this time. Okay. Big one, big one, big one. That means I don't even have to go that hard. We're gonna do 4. Did I make the same mistake as last time? So it did a strong one, then it defended, so it's probably like up to here. I can overpower with 4.7. He keeps defending! Oh, I should have read that in high defense. Okay, maybe I should read it. It drops to all fours and lowers its head. I think he's ready for a beating. Oh! Point 1? What are you doing, bruh? Back against a tree, you deliver a mighty swing to the rat bear, catching it a light blow. Its fur is thick with blood and scratch. Okay, yeah. It squeaks in. Okay. It's on its hind legs. We're gonna defend. Oh my god, he went literally all out. You can almost smell the creature going duck behind a tree. Speaking with silently thank you, master. Okay, thank you, master. It edges with its claws raised. Okay, he's gonna defend. I'm defending. The sniffs around you, it rears back. Okay, it's gonna defend again, so I'm gonna do 0.1 maybe. Alright. Still took a health off. You test the creature, sidestepping slash a rat bear, but his gesture move and raises his claw to protect itself. Light plays through the trees and for mine. Okay. He's gonna do a strong one now. Okay, not that strong. I ain't that strong. We're gonna do an above average one. 7. Oh my god, I'm straight up wasting my energy. It is weakening. We'll do another strong one. Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking die again. I'm at 1 stamina. It scares away from you, low to the mud. We gotta just go for it. Oh, please kill it. I survived with 1 stamina. Bruh. 6 stamina lost. That is... I'm gonna die. You're free to move onwards. I'm going to die. Should I pray? Okay, we won't pray yet. I should have prayed during that battle. Okay, we're gonna go to Dumpus. The path winds a few more times around gigantic trees, thousands of years old, and then emerges onto a sudden plain, as if the forest had been scooped away by a gigantic hand. A river trickles thinly between short grasses, and by its banks stands a tiny village. Okay, are we gonna enter Dumpus or avoid it? I think I need, like, possibly food or rest, so we're gonna enter it. Today has been punishing, but oh my god, I blinded myself on accident a while ago. Today has been punishing, but with a decent meal and a night's sleep, your next day will start auspiciously. So you begin the gentle climb down into the village. You follow the path down into the village, passing a sign which declares it to be Dumpus. The streets are thin and narrow, and the buildings have been set close together, as if trying to withstand a storm. There is a terrible smell hanging in the air. All in all, it seems an unpleasant place. But nothing changes the fact you desperately need shelter and rest. Your day has been punishing, and you are almost too weak to stand. Yeah. Find an inn. I want to do this stuff, but I feel like it's just going to get me killed. I'll explore it. Halfway along the trek, you come across a couple of merchant huts. You browse for items worth buying with your 15 gold pieces. Your attention is taken by a finely woven skull cap, a finely crafted sword, and a small bag of provisions. Ooh. Okay, I think it's time to spend some money. Wait, but there was a spell that needed a skull cap. Let me see which one it is. And what it does. Skull cap. Tell. To activate the spell, the caster must wear a cloth skull cap. The user may then read the mind of any intelligent creature nearby, learning its weaknesses, the contents of nearby rooms, and other such details. Okay, I think we need all of it. Even the small bag of provisions. Let's examine the skull cap first. Stolen. You pick up the skull cap and turn it over. Stolen from a priest of Dadule, the merchant declares with pride. A fine piece of work. 4 gold pieces. 4 gold pieces. Is it made of cloth? Like the spell needs. It looks like an object of magic properties, although what they might be unclear. Should we try it on? You place it on your head, but you feel nothing. You take it off again. I'm gonna put it back. Wait, I can't. Oh my god, wait, I want it though. I just wanted to go see the other stuff first. Examine the sword. Carefully, you lift the longsword from the table and swing it through the air. It cuts with a fine carved edge. A fine piece of work, I'm sure you agree, the merchant enthuses. 6 gold pieces. I kind of want a new sword, but I think mine is fine. Okay, we'll buy provision. 6! There's enough to last 3 days. 6 gold pieces, the merchant says, with a smile good for a traveler, I'm sure. Okay, I'm gonna buy them, because that's important. You pay him 6 gold pieces and add the provisions to your pack, all except for 1 ration, which you eat immediately to fill your starving belly. You nod to the merchant. The merchant smiles. Is there anything else I can help you with? Is there any work to be had here? Is there somewhere I can sleep? Nothing. Is there somewhere I can sleep? He points you down the side of the road that leads to an inn. You thank him. Wait. What about work? No. Bruh, I missed all the opportunities. I could have made more money. Okay. I'll talk to the villagers, but I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble and they're gonna kill me. My cat is back here. You pass along the main path through the village and pause outside a hut in which several of the hill dwellers are sitting and eating. They seem deep in discussion about something. Several are shaking their fists in the air. Lifting back the canvas flap, you step inside. The hill dwellers stop talking immediately and look up at you. One gets to his feet and gestures you forward. Uh-oh. Bow my head or step forward? Step over? I'm not gonna bow to the hill dwellers. You step forward, then one of the others calls you something in their native tongue and points at your side to where your sword hangs out below the hem of your cloak. In broken common tongue, the first man croaks, "No weapons," and he indicates a table by the door where you can leave the blade. Darn, I don't want to leave my sword. Let's look over the table. There are plenty of other weapons there, so the men appear honest enough. Okay, if you say so. I'll leave my sword. You unfasten your sword belt and leave your weapon on the table. The hill dwellers nod to show their appreciation and then beckon you to sit with them. Oh, they're nice. Okay, they are nice. Then they continue their conversation just as animatedly as before, speaking in a local tongue that you cannot follow, but as they talk, they pour you a drink and provide you with food. They seem quite welcoming. Listen to their talk or ask what they are discussing. Oh, we're gonna be nosy. After you finish eating, oh, did I get health? Please. You catch the eye of one of the older men and ask slowly in the common tongue, "What is it you men are discussing so heatedly?" The man nods back to you. "Christatanti," he says, "arming the goblins." Tell them you've been there. Ask about the goblins. Okay, maybe they won't like me if I say I've been there, so I'm gonna ask first. What are the goblins doing? Are they being armed by villagers? The men shake their head. Slowly you piece together the story. The group seem quite sure that a horde of goblins are planning an attack on Christatanti, which is apparently one of the wealthier spots in the hills. They're discussing whether or not it would be worth helping the village defend itself, which might mean they are offered some kind of reward. You must help them, let them fend for themselves, wait a while, and decide later. Yeah. Oh, they frown at you. What good does waiting do? My cat is going crazy! What is going on? It's only when I record. Better to understand your enemy than rush in. Perhaps the Christatanti people will win out. You know what? Better to understand your enemy. Uh, Better to understand your enemy than rush in, you answer. Once you understand how the goblins are fighting, you will be better placed to defeat them. The men nod, swayed by your ruthless logic. And you? How do you fight? One man asks you. I serve the king of Analand. I serve myself. I will help those that need it. Maybe they'll love me. I will help those that need it. The men nod. Let the goblins attack tonight, they cheer. We will use your strength. Oh no, what strength? I have 4 stamina. I just tried being nice. The evening draws to a close. The men thank you for your counsel and leave one by one. Uh, Imagine I could head out of town and then just like abandon them. Abandon them? Abandon? Following the merchant's instructions, you quickly find an inn in the very center of Dumpus. It is a tumble-down building with mats spread across the floor and a kitchen range that fills the air with an appealing spicy smell. The man who runs the inn is wiry and looks as if he does not eat a thing himself. 3 gold pieces for Hillfox broth, he tells you, and 3 for a place to rest your head. You've eaten today already, so you are not hungry. Okay, we'll just rest. Did, did that bring me up or down? I feel like that brought me down. I don't remember what I had before. You pay 3 gold pieces, and the man shows you to a mattress in one corner of the room. For a while, you stay awake, wondering if the goblin attack the villagers feared will come, but it seems the land is quiet tonight. Eventually, you drift to sleep. Oh, 8. We're coming back. You dream strange dreams as you sleep. It seems as though you wander through doors and hallways built 10, 20 times your height. You are an insect, and the hills over which you walk are the follicles of hair on the shaved chin of a giant. Storms of hot, fetid breath seem to swamp across you, threatening to blow you down into hell. Overhead, you fancy you hear Overhead you fancy you hear the flap of a giant wings. The birdmen came for the crown. Perhaps before this journey is finished, they will come for you. Okay, I guess we're leaving Dumpus. We're abandoning these poor people. That I'm so sorry. We said we were gonna defend them. You rise early, dismiss the attentions of the innkeeper, and head out into the street. Within a few minutes of walking, you are out of Dumpus and back on the road. After another hour or so, the way branches, with one path leading up into the hills and another turning downhill and along one side of a barren, stony ridge. Is that a village that you can make out on top of the hill? It seems a lonely place for it. Uh, oops. Uh, Urustanti. Well, where would that lead? It like leads to like the side of a mountain. Well, if I go this way, it leads to a bridge around the mountain, which would lead to Biratanti, and then Torapani, and then Khare. I don't think we need to go to a village right now because we just left one. And I have rations and I'm low on gold. I really wish I got the sword or something. Oh, or the woman's skull cap. Oh man. I wish. Okay, we're gonna go downhill. You following a meandering path around the side of a hill for most of the morning. It's difficult to see the way ahead through the tree line, but you can't see any other alternative. So you keep going, and eventually the path bursts out onto a narrow stone ledge, high above the valley floor. The ledge leads left and right. There is no way forwards. Uh, let's look left first. Looking left, you can see that the narrow ledge is formed by a splitting off the rock that leads all the way down to the misty valley floor. If there is a path up to the other side, it is not clear from here. Okay, we'll look right. Looking right, you are taken aback, as out of the mist that fills the valley, an impossibly wide bridge looms into the view, as if it only had now fallen into place. It is made of planks and thick ropes, and is suspended from this peak to the peak on the other side. Who could have built such a marvel, and how long ago? Rest a moment and eat. I feel like I want to take any opportunity to like regain stamina, so maybe I'll do that. But first we'll look at the bridge. You take a moment more, staring at the bridge. It forms a delicate curve across the valley, swaying very slightly in the wandering wind. But the more you look, the more it seems too perfect. Could such a bridge possibly exist, or is it mere illusion to trick incautious traveler? Um, you know what? I think the bridge is probably fine. I think it's, yeah. Ooh, but if I go down, I get to go into the Jaker mines, which is abandoned. Maybe we'll go down. But that's just gonna waste time and maybe kill me. Let's rest and eat. Okay, got some health back. Perching on the edge of the stone outcrop, you eat a quantity of your cheese and bread. You feel a little better for it. Then it is time to move on. Getting to your feet once more, you take a moment to find your balance. Before moving on, one slip here, you will follow, and you will fall a long way down. Into the valley or to the bridge. Bridge of Vankus. Is that just gonna lead around and then I go here either way? But maybe in the mines we can find gold, and I love gold. We'll rewind if something happens. The bridge seems untrustworthy. Should anything happen while you were halfway across it, there would be no escape but the last, most final kind. Better to walk. You make your way along the stone ledge. The angle is steep, and it's hard going not to stumble. At the valley floor is a dried up river covered in worn stones by stones. What am I saying? At the valley floor is a dried up river covered in worn stones honed by water that is now long gone. Small caves open on the rock face nearby. With rusted machinery abandoned outside, there was mining here once, but it has been a long time ago. I read stuff that's not even there. A wider track leads up the far slope. Let's look around. Okay, cool. It didn't tell me anything. Look at the riverbed. Look at the machinery. Let's look at the machinery. You walk for a while between the ancient machines that list out the mud beside the riverbed. Gigantic hoppers, now bronze with rust, with huge spiked wheels on their sides and chutes leading between them, now thick with bindweed, slugs, and mud. Whatever these machines were for, they have not worked in decades, maybe even centuries. Let's look at the riverbed. You look down at the riverbed, nothing but a carpet of stones. Take some stones. Hell yeah! You chose 3 nice round pebbles and stashed them in your backpack. Heavy to carry, but useful. Oh hell yeah! This is like me in elementary school. I would carry stones in my backpack for no reason. What needs the pebble? Pop! A potent little spell, but one which calls for great mental concentration. This spell must be cast on small pebbles, which will then explode when thrown. These explosions produce great force as well as a loud bang. Oh, hell yeah! I got a new weapon, basically. Investigate the mines. Okay, we're gonna investigate the mines. You approach the mine entrance. A wet wind greets you from the depths. The mine shaft must lead somewhere, but it is pitch dark. There are no torches, and you do not have any light of your own. Darn. I don't have any lights. Is there something I can... I know there's something I can do for light. Which one? Oh, this requires Giant's Tooth. How did I not see this? Casting this spell requires the tooth of a giant, and then... Okay. Summon a new giant whom the caster may control. Oh, what? That's OP. Alright, what do I do for lights? I think there is one for lights. No, I don't think there was... There's probably a spell, but I couldn't find it, and I just want to keep going, so I'm gonna just go inside. It's gonna say that I fall and die, because I can't see anything. You creep a little further inside until the wet rock is above you and the air falls suddenly cold and still. Your breath echoes. Tight and dark places are often fearsome, and though the rock walls here were carved with axes, there is still something wild and harrowing about this place. You feel crunch on the gravel floor. Let's see if we can cast a spell that makes us see better. Or that tells us if there's any danger. Okay, nothing with G. Sus. Sense danger, that's a good one. Or hot. No, not fireball. Maybe how? Find safe passage? That might be it. How or sus? Illusion of worship? Okay, should we do sus? Which sense danger, or which is 1 stamina, or what was the other one? Not I already forgot. Or how? Let's do how. You cast a spell and wait to find out how you can escape the mind. The answer when it comes is obvious. You must turn and go back and sunlight. No, that's not what I meant. No. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna rewind because that's not what I meant to do. I forgot it means like how to get out. But I don't want to get out. I just want to... We're gonna do sus to see if it's safe to keep going forward. You cast a spell, and within moments, a dread feeling has come over you. This cave is a place of great and terrible danger, and you feel quite certain that to go a step further would be certain death. Okay. Okay, turn back. It is too much. You turn and hurry back to the sunlight out of the valley. Okay. I'm too scared. I don't want to die. What the hell? Why did I lose 2 stamina? Your breath is short and your heart is hammering as you pause. Halfway up the valley slope, a small wooden hut is opposite, set a little way back from the path. Let's look at it. Oh, hell no. You stop to watch the hut, dropping behind a bush out of sight as you do. After a few minutes, you see a troll emerge, ducking to get through the tiny frame of the building. He is clearly guarding something around here, perhaps another goblin mine, or perhaps he was stationed here long ago to guard a city which has now crumbled to ruin. We can approach the troll, or we can wait to see what he does. Let's wait. The creature stands outside the hut for a few minutes, looking this way and that, his colossal head turning with the speed and dexterity of a mill wheel. Then he stomps away around the curve of the hill. You probably have a few minutes before he reappears. Ooh. Let's go inside. Since he's slow, right? I mean, I think his big head turning with the speed of a mill wheel, that's slow, right? You seize the opportunity and race over to the hut to see what you can pilfer. Inside you find it is a barren shack. There is a low oak table in the center and no windows. There is no door. A pile of blankets in one corner is the only nicety. Let's look at the table. By the look of the table and its stains, this is where the troll sharpens his blade, skins his rabbits for the pot, and sleeps. It is certainly strong enough. 4 wide trunk legs supporting a split trunk top, etched deep and carved. The creature will be back any moment. You should go. Look under the table, look at the blankets, search the blankets. Oh, I'm probably gonna get caught, but I'm confident I can kill it, so I'm gonna look under the table. You peer under the table, but find nothing but the discarded scraps of rabbit bones and fur from the troll's meals. Okay, we're gonna look at the blankets. Uh-oh. The blanket in the corner of the room have seen better days. They were fine cloth once, but they have been worn to threads over many years. They've clearly never been washed. Flies lay eggs in the gaps in the weave. Suddenly a shadow falls across the entrance. The troll has returned, roaring with anger. It raises its sword. You will have to fight it. Okay, what can I cast? Maybe I can just kill it instantly. Oh, I could explode him. Or wall. I don't think we need an invisible wall. Or dumb. That's too expensive. Or walk. Create a shield. Nah. Or sun. Create light. Oh, that's how I do it. I don't have a sun jewel though. Let's pop him. You cast your spell across a pebble and then fling it at the troll. It explodes in a shower of sparks, knocking the creature onto the floor. Okay, now we can engage him. We took 3 health. Let's go. You seize the moment to rush forward with your sword. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. The troll stomps forward, then an arm's length away he drops down into a crouch behind his thick little shield. You raise your own sword, ready to meet him with a brutal attack and crash against his defenses. The troll is stumbling, his wiry old muscles leaking green blood. He begins yelling and shouting. I think we can. Oh, 4. Then he catches you off guard as you try to cut him down with a strong swipe. The troll roars like a lion in reply and swings for your neck. You find yourself weak and staggering. He shifts his grip on his sword. Okay, he's gonna. Bruh, he's gonna kill me. You drop into a defensive stance as the troll swings with great force. You parry in a flash of sparks. He stamps back. I think I'm gonna defend again. Oh my god. You keep your guard high as the troll makes a light attack. You knock it away. You are short of breath and bleeding badly. He has almost finished you. I'm one shot. I think he's gonna do a strong attack right now. But there's nothing I can do. Oh, I could pray. Pray for healing. Oh! He actually listened to me. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Oh, we would have been fine. We would have been fine. 6 stamina lost. You keep up the pressure and swing with expert precision and all of your strength. You swing, spinning around on the spot, and the last cut slices through the troll's neck. Okay, well, can I like rob him now? With the troll dead, you quickly complete your search of the hut and find 3 gold pieces hidden inside the pile of blankets. Then you slip out and continue on your way. Alright, I don't know if that was worth it, to be honest. Uh-oh. It's okay. Let's keep walking. Another hour passes as you finish the climb. With the sun starting to hang heavy in the sky, you reach the top and meet with the other end of the rope bridge. Let's look back at it. From this side, it seems perfectly safe. Perhaps you were unwise not to take it. You continue on down the slope as evening draws in. It's fine. We got pebbles out of it. It's not a waste. Some way down the hill, you stop for a rest and sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between 3 peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly in the hills. It will be night soon. Um, should we approach Biritanti? Yeah. Yeah, we'll approach it. We'll approach the village. We need a place to stay again. The village looks like a good place to stop. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward when an overhanging branch touches your face and you hear a lively chirping. You know what? Freeze, whip out my sword, turn around, keep going. We're just gonna keep going. Oh god, what is that? You do not turn. A small imp-like being buzzes up to you on tiny wings. You shrug, indifferent to the small creature. I'm Jan, it says, sitting on your shoulder. I'm a mini-mite. You make no reply and continue walking. Oh, right, this is the... Okay, I want to get rid of this, because last time I played, this creature, like, doesn't let you cast, like, magic and stuff. So it's like a... it's like nerfing you, basically, and I don't want that. And it's very ugly, and it like has a little tail coming out of its butt. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are towering tall and throw the village into deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. Okay, I'm gonna enter the town because I feel like I'm still way too low on stamina to not get a place to sleep. You continue along the path. The sound of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky here in the shade of the valley. And after so long on the dire road, the people in this village seem to be enjoying themselves. Okay, what's going on, Jan? Jan, what's going on here? Are they bewitched? Jan shakes his head. No, if there was magic, believe me, I'd know. This is the festival of the young. What's that? Well, take a look. Jan waves a little hand around the village. The idea is that once a year, the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It is a time of great fun and lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious what he means. You pass the first few buildings, where you find a number of children sitting in the street drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and is spanking her. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads Glandragger's Tavern. It is all complete mayhem. Ooh, should we rescue the old? Yeah, we gotta help her. You stride over to the boy, intending to rescue the woman, but at the sight of your manner and sword, the boy puts her down and gets to his feet. And what are you about? He demands. I'm the leader of this village for today, and I say, get to bed. Strike the child or laugh at him. Okay. Well, if I laugh at him, oh my god, wait, I'm gonna get killed by the entire townspeople. We're just gonna laugh at him. You laugh at the boy. He is quite clearly enraged and lets up a hollering cry. Suddenly, there are 100 children around you, and not all beggars, but well fed and armed with sticks and pitchforks. Jan is making a hissing noise in your ear. Better run for it! I kind of want to kill the kids. No, we're gonna run. Swallowing your pride, you turn and race out of the village. The children follow you, standing by the gates, waving their impromptu weapons. Well, Jan sniffs, you're quite the warrior, aren't you? Oh, I got robbed? You raise it, but there are too many. After a few minutes, they have you. Five holding your arms. The group holding. Okay, no. I am not having my shit stolen. I apologize. Okay, so, basically nothing good happens in this village. But I don't want to get my money stolen. And I also don't want to get called a weakling. So I'm gonna just enter the festival. Okay, we're gonna leave the old woman this time. Consider helping the woman, but there's nothing you can do. It is their festival after all. Okay, enter the tavern, go further into town, or leave. If I enter the tavern, I'm not gonna sleep there. I don't think you sleep at taverns, right? So I'm gonna go find an inn, hopefully. You pass beyond the tavern and turn a corner to find a group of girls standing by a signpost pointing to the crystal waterfall. They are tripping up their elders as they pass and giggling. Ask them about the waterfall or move on. If I talk to them, they're gonna want to kill me. I'm gonna move on. You leave the girls to their snickering. Visit the waterfall. Ooh. Or find an inn. I want to visit the waterfall. You ignore the girls and head up a path that climbs through a crack in the mountainside. Soon the air is filled by a thundering. It's quite a climb, but eventually you turn a corner through a narrow cleft in the rock and catch your first glimpse of the natural tall waterfall, plunging down from the cliffs overhead. Large crystal stalactites hang down either side of the water. There is one path to reach it, winding up the rock face, and it passes by a small hut where a ruffian is collecting money. Ask Jan to scout ahead or greet the ruffian or turn back. You tap Jan on the shoulder. Why don't you scout ahead? Find out if this waterfall is worth the money. Jan looks uncertain, but agrees. All right, but I'll be quick. Don't think you can get rid of me just like that. I can catch up. He flaps away up the path. Let's greet the ruffian. You make your way over to the hut. Greetings, you begin. You collect a fee for the waters? I do, sneezes the ruffian. These waters cannot be so healing that he has not caught an awful flu from them. What? These waters cannot be so healing that he has not caught an awful flu from them. 3 gold pieces. There is a buzzing at your shoulder as Jan returns and resettles himself. It doesn't look like much to me, he whispers. I think you'd be wasting your gold if you paid. Let's haggle. 3 gold pieces, you shake your head? For a bath, that is too much. The waters are healing, the ruffian explains quickly. They'll do more than make you clean. Let's haggle some more. I'll give you 2. The ruffian considers you for a moment. He seems to be won over by your manner. Alright, 2 gold pieces, but don't tell anyone I did it. 1. 1. The ruffian almost chokes on his own phlegm. I'm not a charity, he sputters. Okay, I'm trying back. I think if you sick from it, it doesn't actually have any magical properties, so... I don't want to waste my gold. You must think me a fool, you replied. The waterfall may be beautiful, but is not worth risking your gold on. Reluctantly, you turn back and head into the village. As you pass the girls, they sneer to each other. He doesn't smell any better. Okay. Okay. Now we're just being mean. We're gonna find an inn. Sleep. You find the village inn, buried under a rocky overhang. The proprietor stands in the doorway, a formidable young girl armed with a baker's paddle. What do you want? She squeaks at you. A meal, a bed, room, and board. Nothing of yours. Mm, a bed. 5 gold pieces? Come on, man. How much for a meal? Okay, I don't want that. You shake your head. That's too much. You run a lowly inn and not a palace. The girl scoffs back at you, and you turn and walk out of town. Jan is shaking his head. You're fabulous. You are a real charmer. You growl at him to be silent. Can I get rid of this little fairy elf creature? He's so mean to me. You make your way out of the village and into a stand of tall trees under the overhang of one of the cruel mountainsides. Between curling roots, you find a small place to settle down to rest. The pesky Minimite Jan perches a little way above on a knot and is quickly asleep. You are tired enough to follow suit. Let's eat something. We need to heal. You pull out some of your provisions and eat quickly. The night's darkness draws in around you. In the distance, you hear screams and whoops from the village that only slowly fade. You feel lonely, distanced from such revelry. You rest your head on your backpack and close your eyes. Ah, I'm literally 9 stamina and I could be having 18. I'm so weak here. Your dreams are filled with walking, with peaks and valleys and endless paths. A curious light plays across them, building walls, building walls to heights before running them as it moves away. The rest of the night silently passes silently. Okay, at least we didn't get attacked. These screams are kind of crazy in my ear, or birds or whatever. Beyond Baratanti, you rise early from your spot beneath the tree. As you gather your things, Jan leaps up onto your shoulder. Ready to go? He chirps. You rejoin the path on the far side of Baratanti. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If all goes well, you will reach Torapani today, the last village in the Shamatanti hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill to the left and downhill to the right. Okay. Uphill to the left, downhill to the right. Um, well, this looks a little sketchy, this house here. Let's see what Jan says. Ask Jan his advice. Which way, Jan? Make yourself useful if you can. To the right is a forest, to the left going is easier. The path heads through a field of black flowers to Torapani. Hmm. What else do you know? Nothing, protests the creature. And that's a fine way to talk to your guide. I'm not charging you for my advice, you know. You'll get no more from the creature. With Torapani so close, it hardly matters which way you go, surely. Well, he says that left is easier, so let's go left. Oops. What the heck? What is this stuff, though? Good choice, Jan replies. The path slopes gently downwards through the shrubby forest and across patches of dry, weary earth. The Shamantanti hills are relatively verdant and compared to the backlands beyond the Jabaji River, and you can see the influence of that desolation already creeping into the soil like a spreading infection. Then, as you crest a rise, a powerful, pleasant smell reaches your nostrils, and you see off to your right a path through a field of beautiful black flowers. Let's ask Jan about it first. Jan, what are those flowers? Who knows? Who cares? Chirps the Minimite, dancing about on your shoulder impatiently. This is the shortest path to Torapani. Do you want to get there or not? Okay, this creature is so annoying. Well, I already know from before that I can't use my magic. When it says turn back and go the other way, does it mean like this way? Because I don't want to do that. And I also don't want to go through the field. I feel like those flowers are bad. There's something about the flowers that make you uneasy. We're going the other way. you tell Jan, turning back and heading downhill once more. The Minimite complains, but does not leave your shoulder. Oh, that's not what I meant. Whatever. I guess we're going through the village to the little creepy house. You climb a rise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and you are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hills, where the trees are thin, the view west goes on forever, and sometimes you can catch a glimpse of Khare on the northern horizon. Yeah, let's stop and eat. I have 0 rations now. Taking a brief pause, you eat the last of your food and feel better for it. Then you continue along your path. Jan is in a talkative mood and fills the air around you with his chatter about what he can see and how things smell and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Khare. You pass from the open hillside into a patch of deep forest. Quite suddenly, Jan falls quiet and hisses in your ear, "Stop! Stop now!" Why? Well, Jan reminds me of Puck from Berserk, and that's how I keep imagining him in my head. But they showed the picture earlier, and he's like a really ugly creature. He's really annoying, but I'm not gonna not listen to him. So I'm gonna ask him why. Because, insists the creature in a tiny voice, because something is following us. You come to a dead stop. Jan is right. Something is moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness between 2 trees and touches your neck. "You've seen me," whispers a voice. "I know it." Look into the darkness, walk away, answer, draw my sword. Answer. "I see nothing," you call back. "You are quite safe." "It is not I who is not safe," returns the voice. "Who's there?" I have like no survival instincts, what the hell? There is no reply, but the tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he had been standing a mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar in expert hands. What can we cast? Maybe I can blow him up with the rock again. I already forgot what the spell is. I can't do anything with K. I could zap him. Oh, I just did that. I could walk him. I don't know if I want a shield. I could fix him. What does that mean? Fix this. That's basically all. I'm not gonna waste 3 stamina on zapping him. I'll just fight him normally. You bring your sword up to bear. Alright. I didn't waste too much. It's fine. The assassin bows to you, taps 2 fingers against his chest, and readies his stance. You rush forward quickly, hoping to catch him before he is ready. The assassin covers himself. Closing his eyes, he murmurs a quick prayer as he sets his stance. Oh no. He just, like did his crazy, like, prayer thing. So I'm gonna defend. I feel like he's gonna do a heavy attack. Alright. I knew it. He was, like, preparing for something big with all that praying and shit. You drop yourself into a crouch. As he powers forward, it only tires him out. You are mostly unharmed. If it tires him out, he's gonna defend, so I'll just do 2.2. Okay, awesome. Time to attack. You sting with your blade, low and fast, saving your energy, but the impact clangs against his turned sword. He grins. He is left breathless, but otherwise unharmed. So he's probably up to here, so I think I'm gonna go 5. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now he's at max, probably. The trees watch as the battle unfolds. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but the blow jumps back off the hilt of his blade. He grimaces with effort. He is bruised, but not seriously hurt. "My duty is to sever your head from your neck," the assassin says, in a voice as cold and polished as marble. "You will not hold me from it." Defend. Okay, I think I had less than that. You whip up your defenses as he tries a deep slice, but you roll out of the way, mostly unhurt. The assassin laughs appreciatively. Oh my god, he keeps defending. Acting quickly, you swing your sword fast in towards his chest, but the impact clangs against his weapon. He smiles. He is battered, but ready to come back stronger. "You will die out here," the assassin tells you, his tone like ice. Okay, I need to be attacking. You ready yourself to block as he attempts a heavy cut, but you duck, mostly unharmed. think he's gonna defend. Okay. Good one. You hold firm and keep your defense, and he hangs back and watches you without emotion. Strong one. Oh my god! How is he doing this? Leaping into action, you swing a masterful swipe, but the blow jumps back off his raised weapon. He grins. Blood drips from the assassin's tunic. He curses under his breath. Breathing deeply, the assassin whispers a mantra as he readies his blade. He's about to do some crazy shit. Okay, yeah, I knew it. You duck down into a low stance as he attempts a strong stroke. You parry as best as you can. Now he's gonna defend. Okay. You stay ready and keep up your defense, and he circles away. The assassin spins his sword about to shift the sword across his body. Now we're gonna do this. Okay. Awesome. Why would he do something so weak? Feinting left, you slash violently across his chest, but the blow you land is only minor because the assassin had already adjusted his stance swiftly. I'm just adding words that aren't even there. The assassin's breath is coming in short gasps. He closes his eyes for a moment to steady himself. Breathing deeply, he mouths a quick prayer. You know what? Oh! Okay. I thought every time he prayed, he did like a crazy strong attack, and I didn't even think about it. I just went all the way. 4 stamina lost is kind of crazy. You send him hurrying backwards. You dive forward with a deep, heavy blow. He's off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit when I am beaten, he groans. You may finish me if you so choose, but if you do me an honor and use my own blade. Finish him and search his body. Oh, here you go, let's go! With a single blow, you finish the assassin. He dies with his lips pursed in silent prayer, not cursing you, but commanding his own soul to a better place. What an honorable guy. You rifle his body for a measly 3 gold pieces, then continue on the path, out of the woods and onto a dusty hillside. Jan, for a brief while, says nothing. Perhaps he is shocked, but the blissful silence doesn't last for long. Okay, we're gonna leave the trees. Hopefully we find some safety here. How much longer do you think we'll be traveling today? The mini-mite on your shoulder asks. I'm hungry and tired. We've gone such a long way. We literally have not. We've come from here. That's not far. Oh, but look how far we've come from where we started. We have been away. We have been away. You can stop here, not much further, be silent. You can stop here. I want to get rid of him. The Minimite complains. You'd like that. I'm sure you would. You continue along the path around the side of a hill. A wooden hut is set into the slope with an old woman sitting on the front step. A river seems to emerge from beneath her. As you get closer, you realize the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is set on splayed struts like an insect straddling the watercourse. A few paces from the front of the house, the water plunges over the edge of the sheer cliff and disappears. I think she's gonna see me. I'm just gonna greet her. Greetings! You call. The woman looks up at you and smiles. Come over, won't you? She calls. I can barely see you. Old woman equal witch or something. You know, I feel like she lives alone for a reason. I'll be like, no thanks, just making small talk. I'm just gonna walk past. With nod of recognition, you continue along the path, intending to leave her quickly behind. What's this? The old woman shrieks, suddenly furious. You're ignoring me, is that it? Turn and smile and keep walking. I'm gonna keep walking. You keep walking. Behind you, the old woman is getting angrier. Don't ignore me, peasant, she cries. Your rudeness will be punished, I can promise you. You cannot help making friends everywhere you go, Jan observes. You know what? She's like really mean. I'm not gonna do that. Old lady. Uh-oh. You keep walking. The old woman begins to scream incoherently. Little Jan is shaking now. Suddenly, there's a cracking sound to your left. You wheel around to see a colossal tree swaying in its trunk splitting, leaning. The tree is on my left, which means it's gonna fall to the right. I don't know if I trust myself. Dodge left. I'm dodging towards the tree. Dodge right. It's gonna fall. I'm gonna dodge left. You dodge left. The tree falls exactly where you had been standing. Okay, I don't think it mattered then. Picking yourself up, you find the old woman standing in front of you. You do wrong to ignore the invitation of Gazamoon, she declares, pointing a crooked finger at you. Her hand is crackling with blue energy. A lightning bolt is only milliseconds away. Cast a spell, dodge left, dodge right. I don't know if I could dodge a lightning bolt. I know there's a thing I can do for it to, like, stop all magic. Um, which one is that? Oh, Mage. From most magic, it must be cast quickly and works by neutralizing the attacking spell. The spell is thus a very powerful protective weapon. I think I'm gonna do that, if it lets me. Oh wait, no, but Jan is here. Jan doesn't let me cast anything, okay. We're gonna dodge right. You try to move, but there's no time and she is too close. The sorceress Gaza Moon Blast catches you square in the heart. What's my fate? I have been vaporized. Well, I made it that far, but I'm just gonna rewind. Well, so what can I do? I think if I dodge left or right, um, what am I supposed to do here? I don't think I think I just have to rewind even farther back. Okay, I just have to rewind even farther back, I think. Um, whoops, 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 whoops. Past the house. This time I'm gonna turn and smile, I think. Uh-oh, I don't think that did what I wanted it to. You turn your head and smile briefly at her, but this seems only to enrage her even further. Don't ignore me, peasant, she cries. Your rudeness will be punished, I can promise you. Okay, yeah, we're gonna approach her this time. She smiles a toothless smile and gets up from the step. Come in, please, she beckons. I get so lonely. What the hell? Her mood is completely changed. I get so lonely living out here on my own away from the villages. No, I stay outside. Shake your head. I should not stay too long. I have a journey still to make. You were born with no manners, I see, but never mind, she replies. We will have tea out here on the step. She sounds almost nervous. Hurrying to her kitchen, she returns with two large cups. Watch it, Jan whispers in her ear. I don't trust this one. Not that I care about what happens to you, of course. Let's make conversation. The tea's still hot. You cup it between your hands as you speak. Why do you live alone? It must be dangerous. Oh, she smiles sweetly. No one bothers about me. Why would they? You smile and nod. This place is beautiful. Yeah, this is a beautiful place, you remark, watching the river plunging over the cliff face. This is the top of the crystal waterfall, she says. The river runs right under my house. They say it carries all my goodness and youth while I sleep. While I sleep, and the villagers bathe in it for luck. She giggles meanly. I'm sure it isn't quite true. What's your name? They call me Gazamoon, she replies with a smile. I used to be quite well known in my way. You nod, but you have never heard of her. You make to sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching your arm before the cup reaches your lips. Oh, she says suddenly, I've forgotten the pot. She goes back to the kitchen to fetch it. Okay, I could drink my tea, switch cups with her, or make a run for it. I feel like if I make a run for it, I feel like it's gonna just be the same thing again. This is some like reverse psychology thing. Like I'm gonna want to switch cups, but she probably gave me the good one. Cause like, why did she stop me? Did I just make a run for it? I'll just drink the tea. You lift your mug, blow away the steam, and take a sip as the old lady returns. The old lady lifts her own mug and takes a deep gulp. Your own tea is gently refreshing. Then she sputters and coughs and grips her side. Something wrong? Oh, no, she replies, trying to smile, but clearly doubled up in pain. Stumbling and almost falling, she staggers to her kitchen and gulps down another drink. When she returns, she seems much better again. I'm not as young as I was, she explains. All the same, She pushes her tea to one side. But tell me about you. You're a traveler? Yes, a merchant and outcast. Yes, I'm a traveler. Yes, that's right. I'm going to Khare. She claps her hands. How wonderful. Such a delightful city. Indeed, you answer. Tell me, on your journey, you didn't happen to come across an old man, did you? I came across many. I think I came across like two old men, no? Of course, she answers, but this one is special, very old, and carrying a page from a spell book. Um, you know what? Yeah. You pull the spell page from your pack, and her eyes light up. Giggling with glee, the witch snatches it. Oh, did the old man say I shouldn't have done that? I don't remember. What is the spell, you ask? It's a spell of pest repulsion. You have no idea how useful it is around here. She shakes her head. 4 days ago, I was visited by travelers such as yourself, but when I was away making my tea, as I always do, he started leafing through my book and tore out a page. He must have been a wizard of power because he vanished almost too fast for me to curse him. Uh, what curse did you cast? Well, you saw him, she replies. I aged him. Didn't stop him enough. Escaping, though. What? She fusses with the page, repairing her spellbook with some gentle magic. Shall I show you how useful the spell is? She says. Is she gonna age me? Well, what do you mean? Well, she makes a little gesture at something behind you. How can I put this? You're sure you don't want me to get rid of your pest? And realize she's looking at Jan. Get rid of him, I'll keep him, I have no pests. Well, I really don't like Jan. But he's been kind of useful. Oh. He has been kind of useful. I'm gonna say I have no pests. No, she agrees, with some disgust. You seem rather clean. She gets to her feet. You'd best be going. Jan hops on your shoulder, whispering profuse thanks in your ear, and you leave. Oh man, does that mean I just don't have the page now and I don't get to use that spell? Alright. Well, at least I didn't die. Go outside the village. It is now late afternoon. You pass over the brow of the next hill, and below you is the village of Torapani, slung from one side of the valley to the next like a flood barrier. Observe it. Torapani is a village of the Svin, an aggressive-looking race of man orcs. You might expect their village to be rowdy, but it seems strangely quiet. There is no way around it. You will have to go through. We're almost there. You enter the village. There is a definite air of depression hanging over the place. The Svins are going about their business slowly and miserably and pay you no heed. You sit yourself down on a tree stump in the very center of the village to consider your options. Find an inn to rest. Make contact with the villagers first. I want to rest. There are 3 inns in the village, but 2 are closed down, their windows boarded and their thatched roofs rotting through. Roofs? That was roofs. Am I crazy? The third looks a little better, but at least its door. The third looks a little better, but at least its door is open, and the smell of well-cooked food drifts out. From a sign by the doorway, it seemed that the food cost 3 gold pieces, and a bed for the night costs 5. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna do it. I'm low. You push open the door and step into the dim interior. A rat scurries over your foot and disappears into a corner. An elderly Svin lady, bent double, stands by the counter, tapping a long curved fingernail on the bar top. What do you want? She snaps. I'm gonna 3 and 5. That's 8. I'm gonna do both. You come out. 8 gold pieces. Room and a meal, you reply. I've come a long way. The Svin nods twice and takes your payment. This meal is hot rat broth, and if that's not good enough for you, you can lower your hopes. The room's upstairs, I'll bring your food to you. She jerks a fingernail up towards the stairs. You go up and unstrap your pack and loosen your boots while you wait. Why do they all eat nasty shit? And it doesn't even bring up my food, my stamina that much. The meal when it comes The meal, when it comes, is nourishing and you bolt it down. Then you stretch back on the bed. The night closes in and the room has no candles. Then you hear footsteps on the staircase outside. Take position by the doorway, wait and pretend. I'm gonna take position by the doorway. You move quickly out of the bed and take position behind the doorway and sword at the ready. Footstep after footstep approaches. There are quite a few of them, and by the sound they're big. The door begins to open. Wait a moment longer. I'm not gonna attack yet. You wait a moment longer, your breath short and shallow, hoping they will not notice that you are waiting. The first Vin enters the room, followed by another, then a third and a fourth, then a fifth and a sixth. Before you can move, you are overpowered, the creatures grabbing at your ankles and arms until you are hoisted up. They carry you bodily out of the door, down the stairs, bumping and bruising, past the cackling landlady who shrieks, "That's the one, I knew when I saw him," and out into the cold street. What? What did I do? Jan clings onto your shoulder, refusing to be shaken free. Where are you taking me? Wait and see what happens. Pray the spirit for aid. Where are you taking me? The Sphinx carrying you give no reply. Then you reach a low hut on the edge of the village. You are set down carefully. Does that mean I didn't get rest and I just wasted my gold? Can I go kill and rob this lady? I'm captured. The door is slammed and locked. A moment later, it reopens and your possessions are thrown inside. I'm gonna sleep. Yeah, at least I got some health back. I have my max stamina back, but I'm still only 11 out of 20. A few more minutes pass with no movement. Figuring that they will probably now wait until daylight, you put your head down to sleep. Your dreams are filled with grasping hands and long dark nails scratching at your flesh, and however much you toss and turn on the floor, you cannot quite get them out of your mind. Daybreak. You are still alone. An hour passes before you hear any noise outside, and then the door to the hut opens and 5 Spins come in. They drag you roughly out and across the street to another hut, where an old man with his gray hair sits. He is wearing outlandish, colorful robes. My name, Procyon. Procyon, chief. He slaps his chest twice. I apologize. Then he bows, brushing the dust on the floor with his sleeves. Uh, Apology accepted. Rush him. Tell me what you want. I'm not gonna rush him. Apology accepted. It's okay. The chief nods. He waves to a menial who brings in bread and milk. Oh my god, bread and milk. Gratefully, you bolt down the meal. It does not seem to be poisoned, and it nourishes you. The bowl is removed, and the chief squats down in a pool of cloth. Jan cowers under your own cloak, hoping to go unnoticed and quiet for once. I have need of you and your strength. I will help if I can. Tell me, I will kill you. Tell me. The chief nods. I shall. My daughter, my child, she is taken, offered to a terrible demon below. You want me to rescue her? Chief nods. Succeed and you may choose your reward. Fail and... He shrugs. Save her yourself. I'll do it. I don't think... they're treating me nicely, and I think if I say no, they're just gonna kill me. The chief nods. I hope you will. He gestures to the other Sphinx who, still taking no chances, grab you by your arms and haul you to your feet. Ah, we're going to this crack in the ground. I kind of remember this, but I remember there was like a final boss. I don't really remember anything else though. You are led along a short pathway through the forest to a crack in the ground. One Sven has brought a rope and another a basket. They are preparing to lower you down into the pit of the earth itself. Try and escape. You'll pay me richly for this. Take the adventure. I don't want to be mean. They clearly overpower me. You wait until they are ready, then step into the basket. The chief nods to you with respect. Watch the darkness, he declares as they start to lower you down. From your shoulders, Jan murmurs. We're in trouble now, she shivers. You don't realize, you can't use magic with me around, and I'm not going anywhere. I remember that from last time, so it's not anything shocking to me. You hit the floor with a thud and peer into the darkness. Your eyes can help. Your eyes can help. I'm not. Your eyes can make out nothing but a slight breeze suggests an endless space in all directions. You are blind, helpless, trapped. Something clatters to your feet from above. One of the Sphinx shouts something down to you. Feel on the ground. You crouch down and feel around your feet until your hand closes on the base of something. You pick it up. It is a dry wood torch. Something else falls from above and strikes you on the head. Tinderbox, calls the voice. Uh, feel around for the box. Rubbing the bruise on your head, you reach down and find the tinderbox. I'm not gonna curse anybody. What the hell? You strike a light and the torch blazes into flame. Hello. You can now see you are in a large cavern, wide and deep. At the far end, passageways disappear to left and right. Through an uneven rock fall at the end of the cavern, you hear a murmur. You clamber over the rocks at the edge of the cavern to investigate the sound. It is a whimpering coming from the other side of the pile of stones. This Finn girl, perhaps? She came in this way, but the cave-in blocked off her path. You have to find another way to reach her. Okay, we'll go right. You turn right, creeping slowly forward. The passage rises up a gentle incline. At the top, a thick crystal seam glitters in the torchlight, and the tunnel ends in a T-junction. Okay, right, right up. Look at the crystal. The seam seems to be made of pure diamond. It was no doubt in quest of this these tunnels were carved, but why is no one mining here now? Should I dig it? I want to dig it out. You try to pry some diamonds loose from the incredible seam in the rock, but your sword is not up to the task and would only make it blunt. You could perhaps return with a proper pick, but only if you escape these tunnels first. Okay. Well, now that we're up, we need to go left. You go left. Here the cave system widens. Pendulous stalactites, I feel like I'm not saying that right, hang from the ceiling as if about to fall and skewer you into place. You skirt between them, following a thin, safe path until a side passage opens on the right. Okay, a passage opens on the right, but I don't think I need to go right. I think I just go straight because we went, and then there's a cave in. So we went right, up, and now we go left. And I would go right again that way, so I just need to keep going straight. You push on. The passageway slopes down a short way, then a passageway appears on the left. Two stones are stacked on top of one another against the wall here. Examine them. Nothing special about them, except that they happen to be one on top of another. Uh, uh, uh. Let's go left again. You take the left passage, then you see a spot of sunlight ahead and rush forward to find yourself back beneath the crack in the ceiling in which you came. Okay. I'm not climbing out as well. I'm turning back. There's a stack of stones here. Um, go right this time. Your brain chamber of stalactites perhaps is the same you visited before, then a crack splits the wall on the left. What happens? I already forgot. Mm, I'll keep going straight. You creep forward through the dark. The ground begins to slope upwards, and the walls begin to glitter as you encounter a seam of a crystal. Have you been this way before? Here, a crawl space gapes on your right. Mm, go straight. You move onwards along the tunnel. You walk down the passage for several minutes, then slip on some dirt, and the ground beneath your feet gives way. You plunge into a hidden pit and land on something soft. Let's look around. That is absolutely horrible. Not yet. Counting your luck, you look around, and sure enough, you are out of the frying pan and into a reptile den. You are in a pit of snakes. I want to climb out. Oh my god, I'm dead. Strangled to death by 100 snakes. Are you kidding me? Okay. I died. I rewind. I'm so confused. Alright, last time I went right. This time I'll go left. You go left and creep slowly into the darkness, ears straining for the sound of approaching threat. But all you can hear is Jan's quiet whimpering. The passageway slopes down a short way, then ends in a T-junction. The stones are stacked one on top of another, the wall here. Is it the same two stones? What did I do last time? Oh my god, I need to pay more attention. Go left. The tunnel twists and bends sharply as if carved by a river now. Uh, long since dried away. You lose all sense of which way, except keep going forward where the tunnel splits. There's a stacked pair of stones here as well. Well, last time there was stones. I went left, so I'm gonna go left again. You slip through the opening in the left wall. The going is suddenly more difficult, and you realize the tunnel is climbing at quite a sharp gradient. Little stones rattle and roll away downwards into the dark. At the highest point, the passage you are following finishes at another fork. As you enter, two stones roll away down the slope. Two stones. We go. Oh no, I didn't mean to click that. Okay, maybe that was the correct choice. You turn right. The cave floor here is an inch deep in water, dripping from an arced ceiling from far above. The droplets that land on you are ice cold and run like sharpened claws down your back. I don't like this, Jan murmurs, mutters. Water plays havoc with my wings. A few strides further on, a side passage opens on the right. A single stone sits by the wall. Okay, we'll follow it. You take the right hand tunnel, the path twists and bends and jackknifes. Then a passage appears on your left. Another pair of stones are stacked in one corner. This ground seems to dip, and its low point crack splits in the wall on the right. Two more stones are stacked against the wall. The rocks don't look like they fell like that. Am I doing the right thing? Oh my god, I'm back to the start. Ah! Go straight. At the crystal, we go right. I'm just gonna. No! Please! Okay, I'm dead again. I don't want to die to snake. Oh! Okay, I figured it out. Okay, you take the left passage. You follow the passageway when you hear an echo of whimpering coming up the corridor. Your torch light falls across a frail shape. Hiding in the shadows is the young Sven girl, stacking stones into hundreds of little towers. Look for traps. You run the torch light around the walls of the cavern. No switches or triggers that you can see. The girl watches you with silent fear, and then the torchlight falls on a deep scratch on the rock, a claw mark. Suddenly, there is a loud roaring from the mouth of this short cavern. The walls begin to shake and crumble. The stone towers topple and scatter. To one side, a gap in the rumble begins to open. The rubble, letting through a mean shaft of light. But before you can head for it, the roaring sound is joined by a scream from the Spin Girl. You turn slowly and peer into the gloom back into the tunnel. Is there something moving? Something coming closer? Perhaps the roaring is the wind rushing through the tunnels. Something is coming. Holy moly. You hear the scrabbling sound of the claws on rock, and the exit from the tunnel is blocked by a dark and looming shape. A manticore, huge, terrible. It stands between you and the light and howls in bloody rage. Wow, this thing's cool. It has like lion head and wings and scorpion. The manticore is a foul hybrid created by the evil sorceress of old and steeped in bitter self-hatred. It has a lion's body, the tail of a scorpion, but its face is that of an old man, and its thoughts are cruel and resentful. As it sees you, it rears back, flopping two enormous wings on its back. Cool. Pretty sure this is the final boss thing that I was remembering. I can't use magic because fucking Jan is here. 18 health. I have 13. Why does my power look so low? Why is my power so low? I thought I could go to 10. And why he have so much? I'm gonna defend. Oh, thank God. The fearsome creature paces forward, teeth bared. You drop back, raising your guard, hoping the beast will wear itself out. At the last moment, the manticore pounces, all claws off the ground, and bare to plunge into your fresh. You brace yourself as it comes down and leap aside at the last moment, claws raking your skin for a moment. It is close enough to smell its warm, fetid breath. The game loves the word fetid, and I don't know how to say it. Drops it to like here, maybe. I'm gonna go full power. Okay, let's go. -3, let's go. The creature snarls and snaps its jaws. You must finish this monster before it finishes you. With the rock wall at your back, you have no way to hide but a perfect platform to spring forward. You race at the manticore just as it punches its tail down like a hammer stroke. As it rears, you push your sword up onto its exposed belly. You have opened a deep wound in its side. The Sphin Girl cheers. The manticore shifts away and opens its enormous jaw, which looks so human but contains an impossible number of teeth, each one dripping with a mixture of saliva and blood. I have to defend this time, I think. Oh, I could have beat it. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The manticore stays low and tries to ram you. You give silent thanks for your concentration. The beast growls at you. The walls shiver with its fury. The Sphin Girl edges nearer. Hello? As if thinking of scratching the creature with her claws. It's scared, she whispers to you. You might not believe me, but you've scared it. That means it's gonna defend. No! Oh my god, this lady lied to me. The monster pounds across the stone floor, knocking you over. Your own attack is forgotten as you try to regain your balance. Oh! Okay, good choice, good choice, good choice. I don't know why I clicked that. You can almost smell the creature growing in rage and drop quickly away. The manticore makes a nasty swipe with its fearsome claws, but you duck and escape real injury. You swing your arm and refresh your stance. The manticore chomps and grinds its teeth, its expression ugly frown. We're doing 6.1. Okay. W. Oh, I forgot he has a lot of health. In the darkness of the cave, it is hard to read the monster's intentions, but you cannot wait forever. Charging forward, you rush into the manticore, catching it a light blow. It curses you in an almost human tone. Fire! The monster rears up on his back legs and opens its wings to fill the room. I need to stop clicking that. I'm just like seeing the button, and it makes me think of like continue, but... Waringly, you jump into a defensive crouch. The manticore rushes you. At the last moment, you jump aside. You adjust your grip and shift your weight. Full. Okay, that was great. 10. He's halfway, basically. The manticore laughs at you with a human expression of twisted joy. You risk an attack. Racing across the stone, you charge headlong towards the manticore. I think I gotta defend. Okay, I could not do that. You sense the creature getting angry and move quickly into a crouch. The manticore whips out its terrible sting, but you leap aside to safety. You are gasping for breath. The creature's relentless assault, its sheer rage, is almost too much for you to take. The creature stretches its enormous jaws and roars. I think I'm gonna go all out again. Alright? I don't understand how this works. How come it's only 2? You spy an advantage, the kind that can change the course of battle. Bellowing, you race at the manticore, slipping a light strike past its outstretched claws. The creature crashes against one wall. Rock dust pours onto its back, but as it tries to shake itself, it stumbles. You can hardly dare to hope. The foul beast is weakening. Yes! Okay, good defense. You can almost smell the creature... Didn't it say this already? The manticore roars. The ground itself seems to shake with anger. Big one? Oh, let's go! You must kill this creature! You rush into the manticore, catching it a passing cut. It is injured and angry. Alright. Hopefully we don't die first. The manticore gnashes its jaw, readying itself for the taste of your bones. Go for its throat, the Sphin Girl cries out. Okay, maybe I should have listened to her. You remain hidden. The manticore keeps close to the floor and rushes to knock you down. You swing your arm and refresh your stance. Big one right here. Oof. 3. Big hit. We're tied now. For anal land, you cry as you charge madly towards the manticore just as it charges you. You catch it rearing up and exposed. The manticore screams and howls in a voice that is almost human. It is dying, slowly, fiercely, but nonetheless it weakens. The manticore rears back and beats its wings hard. Okay, I'm gonna pray here. Hopefully they listen to me. Oh, they listened. The dolphin. Thank you. Just in case I make a mistake and it one-shots me. I'm gonna go all out again. W? Oh, he's one-shot. Standing firm, you swing a mighty stroke against the monster, landing a quick jab past the manticore's tail. Okay, little defense. And now we just gotta go for it. 4.5? Oh, easy. Easy! You try something! Dropping your weight, you chop a heavy swing at the vile beast. Your sword blade seems to be possessed. It finds its way past the manticore's sweeping claws, through its thick skin and down into its ancient cruel heart. For a moment, it howls loud enough to make the walls shake, and then everything falls very quiet. 11 stamina lost. It's okay. We did it. The only noise in the chamber is the hammering of your heart and the quiet breathing of the Spin Girl. Then the Minimite breaks out into a loud cheer, whooping and punching the air. You bow to him. Thank you, the Spin Girl murmurs, then tugging your arm this way. She leads you towards the light, through a gap in the rocks, to the pool of sunlight in the first cavern. So she knows this place. She knows her way out, and I was lost forever trying to find her. You wave the torch, hoping to attract attention. Tell the girl to call up myself. I'll call up myself. Are you up there? I have her. A Spin face appears over the lip of the chimney, casting a narrow shadow. A moment later, it disappears. Then something drops down. A rope with a basket on the end. Get in together, the chief calls from above. We'll pull you both up. I feel like it's gonna break if we're both there, so we'll send her up first. Haul away! The Spin give a great cry and begin to pull, and the basket starts to slowly rise, spinning as it goes. The girl waves to you as she disappears up in the sunlight. Then she is gone. Okay. A minute passes. Nothing. Hello? Throw the rope down! Nothing. The tunnel echoes very slightly. A noise from the depths. Perhaps the manticore was not alone. No way they're leaving me down here, right? No way. I'm gonna wait. You wait a little longer, settling down your pack. You can imagine the celebration going on above ground, the tears and a grateful reunion. No surprise if they lose track of you down here in the dark. And then, sure enough, the basket and the rope tumble down. You clamber quickly in, and they haul you up. Above ground, the chief himself helps you out of the onto the grass. His daughter is with him, clutching his hand. My daughter tells me you fight bravely, he says. For that I am grateful. For that I grateful. I invite you with us, back to Torapani. Will you come? Yeah, I need some payment. I need some payment. Oh my god, I'm 20 out of 20 stamina. Oh, they're not how I imagined them. They all kind of look like elves. The ears and the eyes and stuff. Thought they would look more like orc. A little generosity cannot hurt you. You nod. I will come. As you enter the village, it erupts into celebration. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're given a place to stay and recuperate from your long journey. A visit to the healing priest treats your wounds, and when you emerge, it is to find the village before so somber and silent, now in full life. Flowers are tied to every rooftop, and bands of Spins are playing music on long, strangely shaped lyres. You are whisked away into the dance by Perseus' daughter before the chief can welcome you to the feast. The night is glorious. Oh, they gave me gold! That night, you sleep heavily and rise the next morning to continue your journey. The chief meets you before you go. My good friend, he declares, you have saved us. He presses 2 gifts into your hands, a pouch of 10 gold pieces. Thank you! A fortune for a place like this, and a key. This key, this open the south city gate of Khare, he tells you. I hope it is use. So the girl that I saved, where is she? Is she bad? You take your leave. The path winds away from Torapani, and as soon as you are on downward slope, away from the Shamatanti hills, through the stepped rice fields, as you walk, you feel for the first time the loneliness of the path ahead. Though Khare is a busy city, it is cruel, and beyond Khare there is nothing but the vicious wasteland. You will have no one to trust in the days ahead. So Khare, we go. We're here. Your journey through the Shamantanti Hills is completed. Along the way, you have made no useful friendships, but have been given 2 useful keys to the cells of the Red Eyes and to the gates of Khare. You have collected some magical artifacts, a small lump of beeswax, 2 pebbles, and 3 giant's teeth. You are still armed with the original sword and have no rations and 14 gold pieces and a spellbook. Okay. Well, that's the end of Sorcery 1, but I do plan to play all of them. But that's gonna do it for this one. Hopefully that was enjoyable because I made a lot of mistakes and I had to rewind a lot. But I'll be back with Sorcery 2 next time. Thank you for watching.